Wait,
Just
are we
tiny bit of
live
stream.
or are you starting to go
Just
live?
tiny bit of stream.
You're switching it to live now.
Starting to go live.
And
Okay.
we're live.
Okay. Yeah, he's right. It is confusing.
It's live. We're live. We are online.
It's
People
live.
hear our
Hi.
beautiful
No, we
voices.
haven't started yet. I'm just saying we're about to be
Jangle.
live. Well,
Wait,
No,
we're
we're
live
starting.
now, actually. We're
We're
actually live.
So now you can do without anyone hearing it.
oh snap! Whoa, we have a bookshelf transition.
What did
Like,
you
what
just
was
say,
that?
Yep.
Rex? You
Wait.
can't do that without anyone hearing you?
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Now everyone can hear it.
live, people can
I
hear
know.
Also, Faz, you'll
Hello?
have to stop you'll have to stop cursing.
I haven't even. Don't start.
Hey.
Yeah. Don't start cursing either.
Oh my god.
Language, Faz. Jesus.
The only language I know is English. I'm trying to learn Spanish.
I thought you, yeah.
I lost my notes on all of that. I have no idea where it is.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Anyways. Oh, that's not much.
So, this session.
So, welcome to episode, 35?
Yeah, it's question.
Yes.
Yeah. Qwest?
Quest. Where we left off, obviously. Nothing bad happened. Everyone was cool. Things were good.
Alex died.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys are free for some downtime. You had a little bit of conversation. The biggest thing is that there is a sudden shift, unofficially, because the paperwork is just being signed. But I've sent this picture out multiple times. But there's that. And the second picture is after.
Ooh.
So before, for those folks, as you can tell, this is the map of the southeastern side of the continent. After days of negotiation, they finalized, and we now have the Dwarven clans joining the Free Trade Alliance.
Ooh.
The signatures of each of the 5 leaders of the alliance, both the
That's
Primo.
us now, isn't it?
No, prior to you.
Oh, prior. Okay.
You are You are a provisional. You don't have the ability to sign anything like this.
Probably good for the time being.
But yes. But the signature does have Benedict, does have Lucy, and the other 3, who are essentially not in town. They're out doing other things, but it looks like they have signed, or at least sent representatives to sign with their seal, or have been returned. And so the official charter has been put in place, and the dwarves have now been supplied by Lucy's people, mostly. A lot of supplies have gone, medical supplies, personnel, just a general quality of life for the dwarves, who have been kind of living rough lives for the past almost 200 years.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's a hard rock life for us.
God damn it. You set him off now. You set
I
him
was
off.
waiting to make that one at some point.
oh my god.
You're not going to get him back for about 5 minutes now.
Alright.
Oh,
So
God,
Alex died again?
Yeah.
Shush.
I'm
I'm
No.
still alive.
I'm clipping that one for Alex just fucking like
Yes.
breaking.
Yes, please.
I'm still alive. I'm not dead. Quit trying to kill me off.
We're not doing that. You're doing that to yourself. You cocky shit.
You have done this yourself, Anakin.
Shut up.
Start panicking, Anakin. You don't have a
I don't have a
Don't have a
Anakin.
Anakin.
In manic, panicking, in mannequin, Anakin. Oh, I actually love that skit on Eminem. But anyway,
Anakin starts panicking. I don't have a planakin.
Damn,
fun
Mary
fact,
Jane.
the song that he did, where Eminem was collabed with he didn't show up for the music video, so they had the person who did that, I think is Chris, whatever his name is, I don't even know who it is, do the music video pretending to be Eminem. But at the end, he goes, I get to pretend to be him, and he does the whole skit that I'm rapping in a napkin in a napkin and back, because everyone was just making fun of how Eminem raps. So it's hilarious. So
Oh boy.
yeah, I don't know. Fun hip hop fact. Eminem's a goat. But
Eminent's a person, not a goat. Anyway.
yeah, you're the goat.
What? Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, the satyr.
Thanks,
Nice.
No, not a satyr.
Yeah, goat.
You damn bad.
The goat.
No, you know the tieflings can also take like they're like based around like devils. You know the
Okay.
whole motif, goat, devils, all that thing.
Satyr.
I hate you.
I'm your team leader.
He is actually the team leader.
She's actually our boss in two ways now.
Heck yeah, oh
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, what's the boss in the first one?
So,
Oh, she was
number
team
one?
leader, but now she's also
Party
the boss of the guild master.
Yep, technically.
On provision, on probation.
On provision.
Original, of course. So you guys have had downtime. I've been able to kind of just settle in, do some crafting. We had a little bit of interactions at the end of last session. And you've also been brought several contracts of various types from different ranks, of course. Since you guys have also just ranked up to the next rank, which, if I'm not mistaken, was copper.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes, what was it? Wood, copper, and I forget the rest. So I know, great. It's my own lore, and I forgot the rest. But it's like wood, copper, and it's like iron, bronze, silver, gold, platinum. So
The best rank is brass.
not a rank yet. Possibly could be a rank in the future.
Goddamn right.
They'll just give you an honorary rank of brass.
Was that time to do crafting between
Yes.
the downtimes that we did? Okay,
Oh yeah,
I should probably roll
you guys are going to have probably almost a month of downtime, unless you have something urgent. You're gonna have a decent amount of time to just kind of rest, relax.
Oh, hey, look at that.
Well,
Going to ask if you could maybe be able to do a tattoo for her.
That is mine.
Oh yeah. Not me, just
I have a few questions.
when there's time.
First of all, crafting DCs go of the level of the item you're crafting, right?
correct.
So level-based DC for 6th level item would be 22.
Correct.
Okay, so I could just assurance craft all my potions, because the highest healing potion we can get is Walrus. That's nice to know.
Mm-hmm. It just means that you can't crit to get like shorten the time and whatnot. So, but yeah.
Yeah, but I also can't fail.
Yeah. So it's always it's a good thing.
So I could just make a bunch of versions easily that way, and then I don't have to roll 15,000 dice. So get on that while you continue.
And like I said, I did the thing where you can like speed it up by continuing like rolling the number of days. You just roll.
Yeah, we got a
that.
mod.
Hmm?
We got a mod, so I'm not too concerned about the time. Just gotta make sure it's not longer than 31 days or 30 days
Oh
or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah. That's easy enough for Scary.
I finished my own tattoo in 3 days apparently, which is
Ah,
insane.
Well, no, quicker
Awesome.
because you had a D20.
Okay, nice. So I actually more or less did that over that one night. That's cool. Thank you, Dice, for not completely fucking up my narrative. We are grateful. Also, I'm gonna send the finalized design of that because it's awesome.
Yeah.
Let me see.
So some of the major thing that's happening, obviously, Lucretia is under house arrest while she is investigated by the city and more importantly by Benedict for her essentially involvement in this somewhat of like a political coup slash incident that happened within the city. Where essentially two dwarven clans, Solheim and the Alliance, just kind of started brawling with the Adventuring Guild being involved as well. Mostly number one for Lucretia using the Adventuring Guild as kind of like a military force when they're not meant to be. So she had some sort of control over them in a sense, and they were pretty much brought in to be used in a manner that they're not meant to be used. They're meant to be a neutral party. That they also reprimanded the guild leader. So Guildmaster Goldhammer has been reprimanded for his actions, but it's just mostly a slap on the wrist for the most part. And guild activity has kind of slowed down recently due to that fact, because a lot of people are waiting for the decision. But after a few days, Benedict has come back to the guild and reinstated Goldhammer as the leader and pardoned them of any of their actions, as the investigation found them not at fault and essentially being forced and or manipulated by Lucretia to act upon information that they did not have full aware of. So they have been pardoned. So that does slap on more charges for Lucretia, which extends her house arrest time, which she's totally fine with. I know, Dusk, you've come to visit her a couple times, and she is literally like someone that's on vacation. Like, she'll open the door and she's in pajamas, drinking like tea and drinking and eating snacks and reading books and just having a great time.
Dusk still. Whenever Dusk went to visit after the first initial time, she stealthed there. Cause people get petty things, petty squabbles. Essentially, is like, from what I remember from last time, it was like some right change not being given. Like, you're adults. You don't need me. You're adult, but yeah. She's been stealthing.
Also,
just citizens. Yeah.
Did Scary give Maria her faith tattoo yet?
Yeah, I have a fate tattoo.
Nice.
Yes, you can shop. The shops are always available when you're in town. So you can sell by dragging things to them, buy by pulling things from them, et cetera, et cetera. If you have requests, you can definitely target a shop. Tell me what the shop is, and I can see about pulling in requests.
I have requests.
What?
But I'm still looking through it if any of the shops has it. Just another staff or something, but higher than rank 1. Maybe I should
Seeing
put
that you guys,
gold in my.
seeing that you guys did update, there are a few more shops that I can bring in. Let me see what the next few levels of shops bring.
Stealing gold, guys. I mean.
Huh?
I'm taking gold from the stash.
Okay.
When
I'm
you,
gonna probably need some gold as well.
by the way, that reminds me. What was the gun you wanted, Faz?
Oh shit, what was it? I mean, I already got basically the sniper rifle. I got myself Dragon's Breath. What else did I want?
Wasn't it like the shotgun? What was it again? It was Dragon something, right?
I think so, yeah. I think it was though I think it was more higher level or something like that.
Wait, how did you sell again, today?
You should be able to just drag into the shop.
Into the shop inventory, I believe.
You open the shop, drag in, and then it
Dragon?
should.
Dragon these nuts. Uh-huh.
Dang it!
Nice.
I have a better
Can't
healer's
believe it.
toolkit,
Nice.
so that means +1 on all my healing rolls.
I'm gonna take 600 for crafting, so I can make 2 batches of health potions and 1 for Oil of Life.
Ooh.
There's a new shop called No Mercy.
Hell yeah!
Huh.
Where are they?
Where is it?
Let me give me a second here while I throw in the shop. Organizer.
I can see Brim going through all the shops.
Yeah. Also, just to
Um,
remind myself what's where, who's where.
No Mercy has been set up near the church, near 13 and 14. It's right here.
Hell yeah!
When you enter New Mercy, it is a blue-haired, blue-skinned Duskwalker elf, who, from all accounts, has embraced a righteous rage to destroy anything violating the natural flow of souls.
Huh.
He has huge scars and a prosthetic arm. He's all about different armors. He does give, if Dusk goes in, he does give Dusk a look, but after a while he kind of just eases up and he's totally fine. But he kind of like, you know, you have a
How do
stink to you.
Okay, wait. I have to ask something in between. What is Alex's strength modifier?
Oh, if I recall, I should have it up to a 2.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
then you
+2.
actually can. Then you can actually fire the gun without taking penalties.
Yeah,
Huh.
exactly.
Yeah, Dwarven Scatter Gun has kickback. If you don't have a +2 strength, you fire at -2.
Holy hell.
Yeah, dwarves are not effing around with their guns. What do you expect?
Speaking of, there is a new shop near 12 down over here called Hold or Fold.
Hold or fold?
It's run by a
Oh, god
halfling.
dang.
This one is more or less kind of selling weapons and equipment as well, too. Some elixirs. Sleeves of storage.
Winged sandal.
Yep, Solos
Oh
2.
god, flying trunkler.
Wait,
Oh, no.
why? I already have a returning one. It's like a boomerang.
Where's
Yeah,
the
but you
flying
can fly
chunky?
on these ones. The winged
Where is it?
sandals.
Oh yeah, flying
Hold,
chunky.
hold.
Ooh, daredevil boots? That's pretty cool.
I had to.
Oh no.
Amazing.
Healer's gloves?
Greater.
Ooh.
This is
Plus
really
two.
Love
good.
these gloves.
Bonus to medicine checks? Oh.
The
That is
hell?
quite expensive.
Holy smokes, tiger's claw! God dang! This is a way better dueling pistol.
It's also
Mhm.
14,000. No, 1,400 gold, sorry.
It's expensive.
Yeah, yeah, that's the problem though. Oh, but +2 striking and it does bleed. And Phantasmal Killer. Jeez.
Are we gonna be short in gold now?
I've
Probably. We had
introduced,
2,000.
Yeah,
For the
yeah,
first
yeah.
time, you know.
I've introduced 2 shops and everyone's losing their shit. So it's
I
like,
mean, I
Yep.
I need
Well,
to
I
use a
mean-
bunch to get his healing back, like to get his potions. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wait, what about your cheeses?
that is the Jesus.
Ah.
I don't make this for free. The level 6 ones cost 200 gold base per batch.
Ah.
I
Dang.
did math out to get a little bit of money back on that, but like with the time we have, I can't spend too much on it to reduce the cost.
Do we have anyone who sells runes?
The Hold of Vault has weapon potency +2.
yeah, but those are those runes don't do anything because we have the rule that
Oh yeah, for gore.
Yeah, I want. I'm looking for an Astro rune.
you could ask some of the vendors and you can do a quick quick check, either society, diplomacy, or whatever, and they might be more than willing to get some suppliers to bring some in.
I'm really good at those. Not.
Like some
No,
help.
you could ask them normally, and then they might just do it anyway.
Also, hey, I have
Let me
two
actually
things
check.
in my inventory that I need help with.
Yeah, what?
I have 2 things in my inventory that I don't know what to do with.
I don't know what they are. What are they?
This? And this.
Wait, coerce is intimidation based for sure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't want to use that. I don't have nice nice activities to ask people for things.
I mean, you could just walk in, drop your hammer down. It's like, I need runes for this, and that could be an intimidation check, but not like a malicious one. Just like, oh shit, type of one that like you can play it off like that.
Give me your goddamn runes.
I mean, yeah. Wait. Who's the vendor with the runes?
I'll wait until everyone makes their purchase before I do anything.
It's the garrison, right?
Though I
One-
do want to. Oh,
One's just a blank spell book. You could probably get a little bit from it.
Yeah, I can sell for 1 gold.
I do want to chat with Alonzo.
Oh, okay. I've seen the error of my ways.
What did you do?
I doubled up on a shop. Okay.
I mean, what's better than one shop?
The thing is,
Two
I need 450 for that weapon rune because it affects every damage roll I make.
Yeah,
Let me see. That means I can bump up one because I had miscounted. So there's a new shop. Let me see. Ooh. Uh-oh.
Please, we only have so much gold.
Yeah, and I took a total blank round on the item loot last time, so I'm getting that rune.
yeah, I'm fine skipping out at the moment. I'm just getting the healing Because we do use those potions.
Do we?
I am gonna be making myself some potions later on.
I honestly haven't used a single of the cheeses.
Wait, what?
What?
Maria hasn't used any of the healing cheeses.
I heal. It's what
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, but whenever people use a healing cheese instead of, asking you for healing, you don't have to use a spell slot.
Right. So we ignore No Mercy. That's been around. That he just moved. And we're gonna have a new shop. A apparel shop. Over here.
Damn.
One of the dwarves from the clans has decided to stay as part of some of the trade and set up shop. This is a level 11 dwarf apparel shop. Or at least she's level 11. So she has some decent stuff. Also wing sandals.
I made the joke once, I will not do it
But
again.
they're more expensive than the other shop.
Well, maybe, treat her better. It's just...
The more high levels, they probably have different stuff. Say, where's that one?
It's dwarven items.
Is that Rinse Wonders? No, right?
It's here.
It's to the left of 10.
Oh, there. Holy shit, that gloaming shot is expensive. Oh, it's a special weapon. That makes sense.
The thrown weapon with teleportation.
Holy smokes. Heal skill.
And Greater Alchemist goggles, but that's way odd. That's expensive as shit. But everything in here is expensive as shit.
Mhm.
But it's a new
That's-
shop.
Not for now.
I would like to go to. I don't know how to pronounce that guy's name. The blue skins, blue haired elf dude.
Yes.
I do not know how to pronounce his first name.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Dusk would like to ask, very politely, if she could potentially trade in her +1 resilient armor's clothing to help pay for the +1 greater shadow explorer's clothing he has. She'll obviously pay, she'll say that she'll pay any difference.
Well, yeah, you can drag the item in, and then it will actually give you gold. It should.
I don't know if that gave me much.
Interact, sell item. It's usually half the price because the clothes. It was the clothing didn't have any runes on it. It was just clothing. It was resilient because you were wearing it.
One of what it said in my inventory is that it was +1 resilient.
Yep, it didn't have any runes on it. Resilient is just like you wearing it because they're resilient, which
Okay.
is
Yeah, hopefully that can go some way to paying for what I would like to get.
You want Shadow Explorer's clothing?
Yes.
It is $650 for the Shadow
Yes.
clothing.
With the shale charges shit, that's definitely helped her funds, at least of her personal money. So yeah. She will buy it.
Alright. He will, as a favor for helping the city, toss in an extra 150 gold to the stash. Mostly for the fact that the clothing itself, you've washed or whatever, but they're worn. He could sell them as a commodity, like these are adventurers, whatever. He's basically selling it. So,
Fair.
but as a favor, he tosses that in there for you.
Okay. Yeah, I'll drag it over to my inventory. Purchase. Nice. Is it a tuned one? Okay, it is. Done. Yeah. And yeah, that'll be her main purchase. She'll still ask, see about Scary if she could ask. When ready, make her ancestral tattoo as well.
Yeah, the Scar is out looking for her weapon on.
Oh yeah, when there's
Uh,
time, we have a month.
How do I add the cheeses to the companion folder I got again?
You should be able to just add them as an item.
Yeah,
Lena, then
I've added the items, but I can't drag them into the folder.
I might need to do that when I get an opportunity, because I think you
Okay.
can't edit compendiums. But as long as they're in the item thing, you can drag them from there.
They're in my inventory.
Well, you can go into the I think you should be able to go in the item thing, and you should have access to.
I don't know what you mean by item thing.
So it's one of the tabs. There should be a tab for items, and one of them should have your name. You know, there's the combat tab, there's the chat tab, there's the whatever. One of those tabs is.
Oh, over there.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And
Yeah, okay.
That's where you've been putting your items.
Yeah, that works. Okay, thank you. I forgot because it's been a while.
I mean, you already have those. You just added doubles of them.
Yeah, I clicked the wrong ones.
All good.
No, it works. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So I can put these in as the right crafting recipes too.
Archie, you can sell those books for about a good 200 gold pieces.
Not what it says.
Well, the first one.
What's the first one? The cleansing?
The normal missives of the Anthrophade.
Okay.
Oh, abominable.
Okay.
Abominable missives of the
And
actual.
how do I use the other one? Restorative cleansing.
I think you just equip it and use it. I think you should be able. Let me see.
Says your last action was to cast a spell prepared from this grimoire, but which one? Do I have a spell in this grimoire?
I don't think you used Grimoires to spell, so this doesn't work for you.
Oh, so I can sell both. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, there's 6 moderate good as of health in the stash that you can take, and they heal a lot. They're 3d8 plus 10 each.
Ooh.
Yeah, you go for blood and lives in your inventory already, because well, you're the only one that can use it.
Yeah.
So.
Fair. Very nice.
Does it matter to which shop I sell?
No, it costs the same.
Okay. Yeah, that one book gave me 1 gold.
And I'll put back the gold I got left. I got about 150 that I can put back so people can get items.
I'll probably hold back on the targets. I might get myself the frost rune instead. Wait.
Alright, so Sky's looking for an Astro Rune, correct?
Yep. We still have the singing sword that's worth nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, we have that?
We also have a Heart Ripper blade, a Storm Hammer, and other things.
Yeah, and a set of Fortress blades, but I think Scar wants to hold that one because Dwarven.
It's a nice display piece.
Yeah, I mean, if we sell it's only 16 gold, so.
Besides, we could use that to slow down our prisoners if we have any, because we put somebody in there and they're slow as shit.
I can literally generate infinite metal chains.
But this is funnier.
Yeah.
You hear words, Scary,
Yeah.
that the Kitsune Damphir vendor,
Yeah.
who is over here, where Brim is, has acquired some runes. One of which is an
Yay.
astral rune.
Yay.
Went the wrong direction.
Wait.
Wrong way.
But-
You're doing an artsy.
Dusk can move.
You get artsy.
I was saying Dusk's pointer. Sorry.
I went to Dusk.
Yep.
Yeah.
She heard it through the grapevine of her mutual friend. Her and Dusk basically seem to have a fairly decent relationship,
sense.
being both of the undead variety. And she is also going to bring in some higher level oils.
Wait, what the hell are Lover's gloves?
Oh no.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh, what does it say?
They got red hearts on them that glow whenever you're close to someone you love. Also got +1 bonus to diplomacy, and they got like, yeah. You can hold hands and give us a 1+1 status bonus to saving throws and 10 HP.
That's cute.
That's really cute. They're 500 gold though.
But if the creature
no.
shares your feelings, you gain the same benefits and for the duration.
Yep.
You both
You
roll a
hold someone's
successful
hands,
saving throw.
only one person gets that benefit.
When you
Aw,
both
break.
roll a success on a saving throw against an emotion effect that causes negative emotions, you both get a critical success instead.
Kitsune Damper, when did she get that? She's been here from the beginning, I
She's
think.
been here for a while.
Yeah.
What
She was-
degeneracy is this? Yeah, hand holding. In public. Mid-combat.
On stream.
Goodness.
Lewd.
Scandalous.
Anyway, this is how the shell gets banned.
Scandalous.
Can a rune already be applied onto like a weapon that has a +1?
Each plus gives you one rune slot for. So, if you get a +2, you get 2 rune slots. A +3, 3 rune slots.
Oh, wow.
If it's a fundamental rune, so like striking and those are automatically applied, so you do not need to buy those.
Oh, so I got a
Yeah.
+1 striking dueling pistol, so I won't be able to add a frost rune onto it.
You can add a frost rune.
Oh, okay.
+1 striking, and that's just all it means is you have the +1, and it's also you have the extra die because of your level.
Ooh, excuse me. Sorry.
Does any shop have
Why am I
boots of
getting
bounty?
lack of permission like constantly?
Because it's the
Yeah.
same issue that we had the past 2 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, Who's Who just got a bunch of new stuff, so
Oh, have
Oh,
a
he's
look
in
over
the
there.
center.
he just got some. I just hit the random button, and I seen what they gave him.
Ooh,
Oh, that's funny.
gliding.
He has a lot of manacles. No, wait, there's the Atari market. Never mind. Rogue Center.
Yeah, you know the guards having manacles.
Yeah,
So-
no, that makes sense.
I'm an inventor now. The boots of bounding are common. If you give me time, I can make you a pair.
Oh, please.
Nice.
because I can't use the +5 speed. I'm slow as shit.
So how it works, I basically craft the item for half the price, and when I'm successful, I get the formula. That's how
Yes.
it works. And honestly, I think being able to make those would be nice, because those are good for basically everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm
You
gonna
do have-
start.
you do have
Look at the
to-
boot slot, and there's a lot of good boots out there.
You do have to
Yeah,
tune to
that's
them.
true.
I think you can wear multiple boots. You just wear them in layers as long as you have the slots.
Okay,
There
in my
there
head,
is
I'm
no
trying not
concept
to
of
do
slots. But yeah.
Yeah,
Is that
there.
really how it works in Pathfinder? Because D&D explicitly has like a section on your sheet that to limit that. Like you go boot slot.
Nope.
Not
You have investment slots. So if you go to your inventory and you look at the bottom right, to the right of your encumbrance, it tells you how many items you're invested in.
Yeah, it's like
So-
this Pathfinder attunement. I get that. It's still weird.
Yeah, well, think of it this way. You're just like, okay, you have like shoes that do both. You have like
No,
they're
no,
like,
I like to think that one point I'm escaping and they grab me by my boots as I go over a wall. They pull my boots off and there's just more boots.
Just there's another smaller boot on underneath.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Okay.
alright.
That's your third net 20.
Just enchanted socks. Thanks, Cedric.
There's so many magical
Apparently-
items, I don't know what to choose.
Apparently, I'm a really good cobbler.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
It's probably for the better that Scurry actually makes them, because if we buy them in the shop, they're gonna be regular humanoid boots.
I can cut off the soles for you.
Thanks.
Okay, so I'm basically making pretty anklets of bounding.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
I
can't
Yeah,
wear no
uh,
shoes.
Let me actually look that up, how that exactly works.
Oh yeah, you got hoofs.
Considering
Yeah.
price.
Where's the Kitsune shop actually? Where is that?
to the right of the guild.
Let me post
The
it.
north. Oh no, sorry. Northeast of the guild.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Where Scary and
Okay,
Dust
because I
are
want
right
to
now.
look up the name for Soulsy.
It's the same vendor because it's the same mod. I know Soulsy is like it's the same. Yes, it's the same. It's the same mod.
Yeah, so basically what I would do, I could...
Yeah.
Yeah, it says, the thing is, how are we doing that? Because it says days until no additional cost 43. That's a bit
Yeah.
more than the month.
Well,
I just did the math of how many crafting I could fit into 30 days, and then subtracted that from the goals.
The way I've been doing it, and it's probably nutty. What's the DC?
Critical
Wait.
success, DC 23.
Okay. So it's 23 times how many days is it?
43.
Okay, so it's 989. All right, roll me 23d20.
Oh my god.
Huh.
Just might not be getting her tattoo at the moment.
Yeet.
Bloody hell.
What?
Hey, 20!
2 nat 1s though.
Shh.
Okay. And then what is your modifier to that?
Plus 12, I think.
Okay, so 12 times 23 is what?
Wait, 12 times 23?
Yeah, you have a
460?
12
Oh, wait,
times.
23. No. I was thinking.
276.
Okay, 400.
276.
Okay, and you said the DC with that was 23, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Which at your modifier is What do you need to make a 23? What's the minimum roll?
11, I think.
Okay, yeah, you make it. So you're able to make it. According to this, if I do plus your 20s, 120, a couple fails, you can do it in about 2 weeks.
Nice. So I'm paying the half price, right?
Half price, correct? Yes.
Yes. I don't have enough monies. But yeah, I'm just.
There should be
I'm
enough in the
just.
stash.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
have to do it from there.
I'm just getting the money from the stash, and then I have the formula for the boots. And then I still need to make them, but I'm gonna put Dusk's tattoo in between there. So that should barely edge out for making the boots.
We can.
Yeah, I like to think that they still go for like part of her soul and like the upper bit of her foot, so it's actually more than just an anklet. Just probably still leaves her toes out because, well, claws are gonna ruin it anyway.
There we go. Yeah, then
And I
I'm
don't
gonna
have
do
to.
Dusk's tattoo.
Yes,
So,
have to give any money you need for it.
The tattoo, it's 30 gold.
I mean, if still, she will offer.
It's actually insanely cheap. So the thing is, I can do ancestral geometry with assurance.
Huh.
So are we just halving the time then and call it a day, or how do you want to do that, Rain?
Yeah, we could have the time call it a day for that because that's you. You
Yeah,
just take
okay.
you can just make sure. Yeah.
Yeah, then let's do that.
Gold is a resource, but time is a real resource.
Yeah, actually.
Cheaper than damn.
30 days is not as much as it feels like it is.
Let me just double check if my assurance claim was correct.
Yep. And again, things are happening as you're going through, so you
Yep.
can. You're not just crafting. You can do other stuff as well. So if there's other things, yeah, if there's other things, add it to the counter.
Yeah,
You want to
add it.
do in
Don't you
between, talk to NPCs or whatever, or get
Yeah.
some, you know, you're not
So,
just sitting there forging. As funny as that would sound.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think Lena's
you-
gonna check up on Win.
Yeah, you owe me 15 gold,
Okay,
Dusk.
will do.
And then I'm gonna try for Lina's boots, and then my downtime is done.
Bootsies!
Win will be at the for the most part be at the guild. She's gone out a couple times on smaller kind of quests, like, hey, my cat is stuck in a tree or something. So things like that. She's doing like little odd jobs of sorts. But you can easily catch her around. People are like, yeah, she's down the street. She's helping the old granny with her cat again. It's the fifth time the cat has jumped up the tree.
Yeah, I should try to catch Win when she's a little more, like, at ease, like in an inn or something, like a place where they can talk a little more in private, because she wants to thank her for the whole thing with Grim.
Oh, okay.
Basically going, thank you for helping me feel something that I've wanted to feel for my entire life. And I know that sounds weird out of context.
Win is going to... She's going to be in a small little shop where there's this old lady who kind of carves out these wooden figurines. And she's kind of waiting for her figurine that she's requested. It is in the likeness of her grandfather. She wants to kind of have it and place it at one of the altars that she has, prayed to for, thanking him for raising her and all that. That's kind of what she says. But she's kind of sitting there, The lady's in the back carving, and it's kind of quiet. It's a small little shop. There's not a lot of people there. So you can easily catch her and talk to her without anyone coming in and interrupting you.
Yeah, perfect. And yeah, basically what I said is what she says. She's just
She kind of
really grateful.
looks at you and goes, "Well, I'm grateful that you also gave Grim a taste of, well, the same thing. It's been a while since I've seen, well, Grim as satisfied and excited. You couldn't tell if Grim was excited or not. Grim was basically just very neutral about the whole thing. But according to her, she was very excited to fly around.
I'm glad to hear that. If he ever wants to do that, just for fun or out there or something, you know where to find me. In the meantime, I feel like the whole thing motivated me a bit more to really get started with trying to fix everything about myself. So, really, thank you. And you gave a whole bunch of dwarves a scare of their lives before they, lost that.
Yeah. That was interesting. Anyway, she says
I think
that
the guard captain, the warden actually did lose a few years of his life.
Yeah, I kind of was not sent a bill, but was told if I knew anyone that was associated with what happened. I told them I didn't know anything.
Oh, it's okay. I went to kind of apologize about that, and apparently this was all according to what is normal for Lucy. So they weren't really mad or anything about it.
Uh,
I did give him some design direction for the new cell, but yeah.
I guess if you think it's normal for her, I still think it was a bit too much, but I mean, it worked in the end.
Yeah, the getting jailed was kind of miserable. Well, again, thank you for sending Grim there, because at least I wasn't alone then. So they put me in solitary of all things.
She looks at you, and then she looks down at Grim, and Grim like shrugs.
Grim is fun to talk to. Think I might have yapped his ears off, but
There's another shrug. Well, I don't know if we'll be able to do that much. It is tapping into a power, especially nowadays, that it's going to be very, very looked down upon. I'm glad you didn't really say anything.
oh yeah, no. I promise not to tell, and I won't. Not to anyone. Not even my friends know. All they know is that it's something you helped with, but they don't know in what way. Didn't ask either.
Still trying to figure out what specifically these powers could, like what they mean or where they came from. Obviously, I know they came from the whale rune, but
It's kind of a random thing, isn't it?
Well, it needs to be tied into someone who's tapped into the power, usually through a bloodline. So, but I just happened to stumble upon, well, what looked like rubble, and well, then it just happened.
Huh.
So I'm still trying to figure it out myself, but
if you ask me, it has the meaning that you choose to give it. Nothing that the rubble ever intended. It's just, you got this tool. Now you get to choose how to use it. You use it for good. I'd say that's pretty good. might be a bit of a simple view on things, but nothing wrong with that, I think.
I'll choose to take that positive outlook on that. But yeah, I'm glad I was able to help. The others, are they okay? And she hesitates a bit, and then she's like, Scary, is she doing fine?
She needed some time, but she's doing better. And she takes out the little jewel crafter hammer that she made and shows it to Win. She gave each one of us like a little hammer. She made those in a very passionate night of crafting.
Her eyes sparkle as she kind of leans in and starts looking at it from different angles, and she's like, oh, that's nice.
Right?
Well,
The craftsmanship is immaculate.
it's good to know that she's doing well then. I'm happy. So let's just hope that nothing crazy happens anymore.
Oh boy.
Lena just smirks. It's the look of, yeah, right. I'll keep you posted if anything happens. I'll still be looking for anything related to fixing souls, especially dragon souls. So if I find anything that could be useful for Grim, I'll pass it along.
I would appreciate that. She says as she kind of pats you on the back, and you see the lady come in with a wooden figurine of what looks like a elven man riding a dragon, doing like the devil horns with his hands, and like sticking his tongue out and acting all like crazy. And she's like, you know, maybe that story was a lie. I don't quite remember that being something he would do. Or actually, maybe it is. And she just grabs it and looks at you and is like, so what do you think?
I think it looks great. And, well, for the story, I like to believe it.
There is something you notice, though. That
Do I
pose,
notice?
well, it's not. That pose is a pose that you remember from your childhood. And more specifically, a pose that your father would do. As he mentioned that was something him and his good friend would do after a night of drinking.
Oh my
Huh.
god.
That's a funny coincidence.
Huh?
We're not there. We're not there, Alex.
She looks at you and
You-
goes, what? Something odd?
No, generally funny. Just the pose reminds me of something my father told me he used to do with a friend.
You know, my grandfather used to say that he had a friend of his that they used to go out and this was that adventure. Holy shit. I thought he was lying.
I guess it could have been my dad. This has been around for a while, so... I mean, Dragon Ages.
She kind of looks to the lady and she's like, this dragon, the description here, and the lady kind of pulls out like a journal entry, and she's like, and then Wynn starts reading out the like descriptors of the dragon, or one of the dragons that her grandfather used to work with and or ride in the combat. As she's describing it, she's describing a brass dragon.
Yeah, I don't know how, and I don't know why, because I never got the specifics of this, but I'll eat a boot if that's not my dad. I think your grandpa knew my dad, and apparently they went on adventures.
I just made those. Don't eat them.
Harry just walked in holding the boot.
Sorry,
proud.
just walked in.
Sorry.
This is-
That was funny.
looks like, yeah. I don't think we need to. What was your dad's name?
Quietly opening Word documents. Tivalden. His name was Tivalden.
Her mouth drops. Oh, like her jaw drops, and she's like, "Holy shit! Yeah, yeah, that was one of the dragons that he actually went on adventures with.
Huh.
What the shit?
That is a really I guess he must have hung around here for a spell then? Or maybe your grandfather just traveled very far.
My grandfather said he traveled, and she describes some of his adventures. She starts going into details. You have to kind of like focus, and she kind of, and there was this one place we went. It was like a desert area. There was this pharaoh. It was crazy. My grandfather said he had 2 dragons that he fought together with. They were a couple. They rode into combat. And he starts describing some of the incident that happened that you know for a fact that yes, this is definitely your father and apparently your mother. It's like they were good friends. Unfortunately, my grandfather said that something happened and they retired, and so he ended up coming onto this continent a little bit. And
Yeah, I know the second part of that story. It's not as fun. The other dragon was his first, wife, I guess, in human terms. She During the crisis, there was a large floating, let's call it the lair of sorts, that was approaching a city, and she kind of crashed herself into it in order to push it away and make sure it didn't hurt anyone. But she did give up her life doing that.
I'm sorry, my intrusive thoughts are going to come in. My thought is, Anduin has crashed into the second pyramid. Okay, moving on.
Oh my god!
No!
And that's coming from the American.
I'm
Damn.
sorry. I'm sorry. The brain rot came in. I am so sorry. But yeah, she just like scratches her head and just goes, "Well, I'll be damned." It's a long
I mean,
world, I guess.
It is. I mean, I only know the story. I wasn't born then. Like, the older dragon, she wasn't my mother, obviously. Otherwise, I wouldn't be looking like this. I'd be looking more like I did in the church.
And
But
she
yeah,
kind of
that was
pokes
quite a
at
blow from
Grim.
my dad.
Like, Grim,
Grim.
do you know anything about this? I mean, you were a dragon that my grandfather rode into combat with. Grim just looks up and looks at you and looks at Wynn, then looks back at you, and then goes back to sleep. And he goes, I guess not. She still has fragmented memories, so.
Mm-hmm. If I find anything that can help with that, I'll pass it along too. But memory restoration tends to be difficult. I'm not even sure if there's a potion that can do that. Not one that I know of, anyway.
Well,
it would be cheese in my case, but
anything about
potion.
repairing dragon souls that you find, I would appreciate the information. It would also help Grim.
Yeah, we're in this together somehow. Waitley, through time. But Waitley through time is kind of a constant, which is also ironic, so I try not to think about it too much. Anyway, I'll be doing my best, and yeah, if I find anything in the library or wherever we go, I'll pass it along. Thanks. And if you want to ride into combat together some more, keep up the family tradition.
She smiles and gives you a thumbs up as she slides a couple of gold coins to the lady. And she's like, all right, well, take care of your friends. I'm going to go check up on the others. We got a couple of interesting leads to go on. So we should
Good
be
luck.
leaving pretty soon. Good luck.
We got a few good ones as well. All a bit shadowy there, but that might be good. That might be relevant. See you around.
And she skips away happily with her new items. All right. So, last session we did go over a couple of leads. About a month or so is going to pass unless you guys want to continue doing more things in terms of talking to people and traveling.
I had something I did want to just say she was doing on just other times. Would
Sure.
just be practicing.
Say,
Just be practicing with Monarch. Like she would ask if Victor would be okay with helping her just figure that out and figure out how to use it best with how she fights.
Victor is going to ask you to meet him near the Lost and Found.
Meow.
As you approach, Victor goes. He's fine. Victor looks and goes, good. Thea has a small little training area in the back of the estate here. We could do some sparring matches, maybe get some idea on how to control it a bit more.
Yeah, that sounds good. My mother wanted me to have it, so I really should learn how to use it well.
Yeah. He goes, I've also recruited some help to help me out with this as well. So let's go in. And as you go in, you see Thea's sitting on a stool behind the counter. There is a small gnome, smaller than even by gnome standards, kind of shopping.
freaking no.
And she goes,
Shush, not here.
it's like, excuse me, sir, are you going to buy or are you just going to waddle around looking at all my wares? And he turns, he goes, listen, I'm opening up a shop in the city. I just need to see my competition, what they have to sell. And she's like, yes, you're opening up a shop in the city. I've heard it before. Victor, everything is prepared to you for you in the back. You may use my training ground if you would like to. As he kind of nods and motions you to go in.
Yep, she will go in as well. And she'll summon Monarch, and hopefully it's visible for whoever needs to see.
It is visible.
Yay!
As he looks at it, he's like, huh. That's very good craftsmanship on that blade. So, how do you use it? Does it just come into... Does it just show up?
I believe so. And I can pretty much control it with my mind, I think. I don't necessarily have to use my hands with it, and she'll like let it float around her.
He will kind of like swing his blade. Not hard, but swing his blade at it to see if it connects, and it does. Your blade just naturally without you thinking about it, just sort of float in position and kind of absorbs some of the swing. It wasn't a hard one, but still does.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, huh. I wonder how it would work in a more stressful situation. Do you know what it's capable of? What can you do with it?
I don't know the full extent just yet. I know some things. And she'll like, is there like a test dummy in here or something?
Are you asking him?
I guess you're like, is there a test dummy I could do some things on with the sword?
He smiles. He's like, yeah, there's a test dummy.
Is it you?
No?
Okay. I wouldn't want to hurt you if necessary.
When you say that, he kind of starts laughing. And he's like, sure, yeah, you would it, yeah, yes. What the heck just happened? Oh.
Dice rolls, that's what happened.
Read chat.
What happened?
It's privately rolled.
Yep.
Yeah,
I believe them's crafting checks.
Probably.
Yep. But the
It's like-
dice macro just throws them on the table. Can't help with that, sorry.
No, that's okay. Yeah, as he says, I believe our test dummy has arrived.
Huh?
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 Ooh.
Alonso?
He just walks in, she goes, Victor, what is it this time? It's like, I don't have much time. And Victor goes, 50 gold. Only 50 this time, she says, as she looks over. Oh, her. Fine, 50.
I'll buy you a drink after.
I'll think about it. And she
Okay.
kind of gets into a defensive stance. And Victor goes, all right, so rules are simple. Hit her.
Okay.
Please roll in that 20.
Okay, I've changed in my inventory, changed it to 2 hands. I'll like be standing like 15 feet back and just send a sword out to attack.
Are you 15 feet? Are you throwing the sword at her?
It
Yeah,
can
throw
float around me. It has the same range as my star knives
Yeah.
because it has a star knife attached to it. Essentially, yeah. Yeah, I'm not intending to do damage or anything,
No.
so I won't roll that for whenever it hits. Oh,
Alright, I forgot about that plugin.
So as it starts coming, she sees it approaching, and she kind of attempts to parry it, but the blade kind of slashes around, and makes contact with her as it kind of spins around and it crashes to the ground before it comes back into your space. She's like, good. And the victor goes, very close. Let's do it again. He's looking for a crit.
Okay. Should I keep this for the first MAP
Yes.
thing? Okay. Can I try and use, like, where is it? I got a thing that let me add in my intelligence.
That's one of the things you can start using, yes.
Was that pursue a lead or devise a stratagem?
Devise a stratagem.
Okay, I'll just tick. Oh, I have to close it. Devise stratagem. No. It's not letting me toggle the +4. I'll just manually add it.
Is it only melee strikes that it lets you toggle?
Possibly. I'll try the. No. Right.
I think there's
Last side. And he's back.
I don't know. I think it suddenly dropped me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll just-
you're back.
I'll just add it manually as like a circumstance bonus for now. Is that alright?
Yeah, I think there was a macro for it. I know Soulsy does it. You might want to.
Okay. But yeah, for now I'll be doing a circumstance bonus of the +4.
Yeah.
Alonso will, as that misses, she will step to the side. And you thought it was just you getting free hits in. She's gonna try that. Just a regular attack, but she does like her special move.
Mm-hmm.
But she's gonna actually combo it with this. So she's gonna make 2 attacks, and seeing how you dodge, you can add parry to your weapon. So you can add the parry that gives you a +1 AC because your weapon is gonna give you the AC. Because Victor is teaching you parrying as well.
Add a
Do you have
tag to the item, or
it? You should be able to add the macro for parry.
compendium packs? Yeah. Very.
Very casual.
Parry this casual.
A platypus? Buy the platypus!
Platypus!
Oh my fucking god.
I'm looking at the parry, and it's the first one that comes up when I type into the compendium. Is that the one you mean?
It should be a macro. When you look it up, it should have a macro for
Dueling parry macro? No. There's a dueling parry macro, I think is a macro. I don't know. I know that's just an action. I don't know how to find macros in this.
control spacebar.
I'm on Opera.
You need to change the hotkey then.
I think I've tried, but it just decided to be like, no, I'm going to be difficult.
Moods, honestly.
No, change the hotkey in Foundry.
I did. I think I tried. But I'll see if I can try again.
I gave you the parry.
Okay.
Alright, so she's going to... Oh, why it sounded so... Okay.
Why it sounded what?
She's just channeling her inner link.
I
Yeah!
guess.
Yeah!
That hits.
Oh my god!
Which knocks you off guard for her second attack to see if she can actually put you in place. Yep. So, as you bring the sword up, she's able to find a weak point, and the sword is not quick enough. And then she kind of does a second hit, which kind of pins you down because your sword kind of tries to block. And then she steps back, and she's like, "Not bad. Could be better." Again. So it's your turn.
Yep. I don't think I have much of anything that can add aside from divide the stratagem.
Is there anything that you have that allows people to knock people off guard?
Let me check.
You have do you have the acrobatic thing to tumble through her?
Oh shoot!
I don't think I have that one specifically.
Do you have deception, whatever, so that you can feint to try to knock her off guard? Do you have that?
I don't have any deception bonus at all.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a master of acrobatics with a +20. I could try, like, I don't know if I can. I don't know if it would make sense to try and do some sort of physical flourish as the sword is flying towards her to try and distract her.
Well, the one thing that you've learned from Lucy is you've learned how to do athletic, like trips and whatnot, but then you can add your
Yes.
intelligence modifier instead of your strength modifier.
That's the stratagem thing. No.
Yes.
Yes. Athletic strategist.
I don't know if what I'm doing is testing your macros right now to see if we got things and what I need to add in. This is this whole purpose.
Things that athletic strategists let me do is disarm, grapple, reposition, shove, or trip. I could try doing a leg sweep to try and trip her as the sword goes to slap her. If that is something I can do.
You can use your intelligence. I don't think you're trained in athletics at all, correct?
No.
Okay. Give yourself trained in athletics, because that will give you the trained feat in athletics.
Okay. Done that.
Now attempt maybe like a grapple or a trip, if you would like.
I will do the basic macros for a trip.
Yep. This is all at max MAP, so no penalties.
Yeah. That's... I can do the toggle to add my intelligence.
I think that's what the toggle does. Is it allows you? That's specifically just for the thing. That's what I gave you.
Okay. I don't believe I can pursue a lead to this.
You can. I'll give you the time when you're like talking shit to each other that you're basically studying her movements.
Okay. I'll roll that first.
Close, you have 3 actions that you can do at map before she will respond. So you can do it at full action. You're not suffering map because you're not being pressured.
Okay.
But you still have the 3 action.
Yeah.
So you can try it.
I'll try grapple this time, just to variety.
Yep. The Victor will state the rule is to win 50 gold. Either you crit, which is something you can always do, or you knock her off guard and hit her, and that will win.
Okay.
Before she crits you.
Fair. Okay. Adding intelligent, visual aid and intelligence. Jesus.
That would have been, if you were more than trained, that would have succeeded.
For my last action, I'm gonna try attacking.
Yep, just go for an attack.
You said I couldn't add to my intelligence for this. I've done for the previous attacks.
Well, you have higher dex than intelligence, which is why it's not letting you toggle it.
Fair.
That does hit her.
Yep, and that was my third action for this.
Alright, so she's gonna swing once, and then it'll be your turn again, one more round. If not, it'll be a draw. So let's see if she hits you. She manages to hit. You kind of deflect it from being a crit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you block it. And Victor's like, you were close this time. Try it again. He kind of gives you a tip. And he goes, when she goes in for her attack, she likes to feint to the left. If you catch her on the right foot, you might be able to get her.
I'll try, using that advice, I'll try another trip for when she's putting the weight on the foot where she's going to faint with, to try and just knock that out from under her. So yeah, and that, those two, yeah. Fucking hell.
Ooh.
Don't you have inspiration? I mean, hero point?
You can use it. That was very close.
I'll give it a go. Oh
well.
my god.
It's alright, you still have 2 actions left.
I'm gonna try the trip again.
That was very close. You were 1 off. So, she kind of kicks your sword back to you, which you try to dodge and you fall to the ground. You get back up. You're not prone, so you can get prone. As Victor's like looking, but he's pacing back and forth because he's trying to see what he can do to help you. And he's actually figured out some things he can.
I mean, that was my first action.
Yeah. He's like, just strike her. And she just looks, she's like, Victor, really? She's not gonna hit me this time. Look how frustrated she is. She's not even paying attention. So she's technically flat-footed talking shit to Victor. As she's pointing at you, being cocky. Go for a hit, see what happens. Yep, she was off guard, and when she points her sword at you, she starts pointing her sword at Victor. Your sword, it's kind of like slaps her. It's almost like your mom slapping her in the face with the flat of the blade. Her talking shit to you. And she's like, what the? And Victor just starts laughing, and he goes, okay, enough. Alright, I see what we need to do. You've been working with Lucy, yes?
To an extent, yes. He's giving me some advice.
She's like, Alonso looks over and she's like, well, are we done here, or do I need to get slapped in the face some more? Victor looks at you, waiting for an answer.
I mean, only if you want to keep getting slapped.
You heard the woman. And Alonso just puts her swords in her sheath. She's like, next time. And she's like, yeah, next time. You could tell that last one kind of hurt her ego because she got slapped in the face.
Yeah, don't get cocky. I'm just going to get fast right now.
Shut up.
She's like, I'll be at the bar later.
Okay, I'll see you there.
So Victor kind of takes a seat and he goes, so what you need is a few things. You need some sort of an item that will help augment that. He's telling you that you can get an item bonus for athletics. You might want to spend some time talking to Scary. She's actually pretty good. With some downtime, you might be able to improve that athletics as well. It wasn't bad. Both times were very close for someone who's extremely agile and difficult to knock down. I.e., she was a level higher than you. So you missed by 2 on one and you missed by 1 on the other. So it was very close. But Victor's impressed and he goes, nobody won the 50 gold, but you didn't lose it, so that's good.
True.
Let me see if I can... That's the macro. I'm going to drag the macro to the chat. For Perry. I don't know if does that dragging just add the effect? Okay, yeah, it doesn't add the... Can you add it to your... Yes, you can drag that to your hotbar, and it becomes a...
Ooh, nice. Okay. It's on my hotbar now.
There you go. So now you have the... I mean, that's spell parry. I might have to actually get you the right parry. Hold on. Where is parry? I'll find it. When I find it, I'll send it to you. Oh, there it is. Spell effect parry. That's the one you want. That one. Yeah, the spell parry was spell, so that actually didn't do anything, which is why she hit you. So sorry. Oops.
Okay.
Yeah, so now that is something that you can do. For one action, you can parry, give you a temporary circumstance of 1 AC. So it's something that you can do, and as a monk, it's very good.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you can pursue a lead, which gives you a +1 on things that you're fighting. You also can now trip and do other things with your intelligence rather than your strength. And once you start training into that, that's something that you could potentially do.
Yeah.
He kind of looks you over and he's like, you know, you do have a knack for talking junk too, but that just pisses him off more than helps, I guess, sometimes.
Yeah. I'd rather show them how good I can fight rather than just talk smack.
Drinks are on me. And he tosses you a pouch of gold with enough for drinks for the night.
Nice.
And he goes, you could buy that sourpuss a little bit of a drink as well. She'll appreciate it.
Will do, and yeah, if he doesn't have anything else, then she will start walking off to have some drinks with Alonso.
Victor's gonna seek out Scary.
Scary is cursing at a pair of leather anklets in her forge.
You'll hear a knock on the door.
Scary opens the door looking kind of frustrated. Oh, hey, Victor.
He looks at you and he goes, Dusk needs something that'll help her with rustling and knocking things down. She has the knack for it, but she's a bit inexperienced. You think you could rustle something up?
Scary looks at her belt. Yeah, I guess. But I don't have the time. I'm working on these. And she holds up a anklet boot / clothes thing for Lena. Or do you mean just like spar with her? I don't know.
He'll say, I can help you with the thing for Dusk. So you can actually work on that on the side, and you give me the specifications, and I'll pound out the impurities and make sure everything is easy and ready to go.
I mean,
And
I
he's-
haven't.
Oh.
I haven't made this one myself yet. I would have to reverse engineer. That will take me another month. She's talking about her belt of lifting, which is the athletics bonus item, right?
There might be others that you could find.
I mean, we could look for other things of the likes, but this is the one I know works.
And he's like, well, we'll get started on it. If you actually can give me some time, I'll help you out. And with that, before we continue, I do want to take an ad break because I do want to stretch, give everybody a little bit of time to get some hydration and all that. And then we will continue because I want to get into what you guys are going to do for a hunt to start getting out.
Yeah.
Hey.
But with help, Scar, before we go number, or we can go, Brynhild and Victor are going to help you craft something for Dusk. He's going to call in the owner of the bar, who's actually somewhat of a decent crafter herself.
Nice.
So you'll be able to squeeze that in during the month.
Nice.
All right, so let's go on a break, and we'll be back in about 10, 15 or so, 10-ish, and we'll go from there.
When
We
does
like-
that book release anyway?
We are live. Welcome
Howdy.
back.
Hello.
Hello.
So, Scary, do me a favor. Roll for the athletics belt. You will be able to get help with that, but you're still rolling your crafting check because you're kind of like the blacksmith in charge of working with them. And you can give yourself a +2 circumstance bonus for aid because they're aiding you. As for the rest, I assume, is there anything else you guys want to do in the
Hi.
downtime?
I just want to read more in the library.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Dusk was
Yeah.
probably just gonna train with Monarch more.
I gave Cornelius a glow up.
Nice.
So
Holy
Oh
smoke, that
no,
looks
he's
nice.
hot.
I think I'll have to do the pop out for stream.
Yeah,
That though.
dear viewers, trust me, he's hot. He's
I also
brooding
did.
on a
I also,
terrace.
I also made his sister commanding presence as she was and what she's meant to be.
I know.
Oh yeah.
She's
I like
hot.
He's
it.
hot.
So I found her. I think I'll keep it from popping up in stream, but simply because I don't know where some of this art is from. I'm just using it for you guys, visual. Just to be on the safe side until I look up things. I did update the Guildmaster. He's insane.
No.
Love him.
Fuck yeah. I love his giant ass crossbow.
Yeah.
And our good old boy Roderick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
That's-
he
that's
dancing on the
Storytelling.
table?
I think he's dancing on tankards.
Yeah.
Yep.
Actually, I did say I love his giant ass crossbow, but I forgot he's a dwarf, so it's actually just a hand crossbow.
That is
Ah,
true.
I like doing those jokes with Dorn too.
Suddenly the map changes back to the first as the dwarves leave the alliance after that joke.
What have you done?
Just suddenly Scary smashes me across the skull or something,
So-
but that works.
So if we enlarge Scary, she's just normal sized.
If we enlarge Scary, will her Dorndurger be like Shaquille O'Neal drinking water bottles?
Just be like the meteor hammer that was it Teacher Bensei or something on TikTok or whatever does. Just throwing that thing around like no one's business. Okay, I'll be quiet.
I love that.
But yeah, I did actually kind of want to chat with Alonza, but if she's busy, then I could probably
No,
do crafting.
Yeah, you can chat with her.
Alrighty then. Because there is something he wants to ask her. Actually, I guess the first place he'll check would be down the area, but where is she actually?
She's at the bar.
She's having some
Huh.
drinks at dusk.
Alrighty then. Well, after spending the day looking for her, he will be heading to the bar after catching word. Which he will most likely approach to the both of you, so hopefully I'm not interrupting anything.
You are, but continue.
Well, I guess I was gonna regardless, but I did have a few things I wanted to ask you
Oh yeah, I didn't pop out.
during the whole wedding situation. How much information, in fact, how did you know that much about me?
What do you mean?
My connections, as well as the situation I'm in. I don't remember ever saying any word that I was part of a troop.
Oh, you didn't need to. They came to me.
Really? Oh, I guess they were searching for me, I guess.
No, they were used to a strange custom known as checking in. They thought that I'd needed them to check in or something. It's not something that I do. But looks like they're well versed with dealing with organizations such as myself. Perfectly legitimate organizations, of course. So
Of course.
they mentioned, I told them that they didn't need to. And in casual conversation, it was brought up. At least you were brought up. So, yeah.
So that would explain it. I guess that's that possible lead to nowhere. Though, with another thing, you did have connections to, or at least information on some crime organizations, whether inside here or outside, correct?
As a perfectly legitimate businesswoman, I will neither deny nor claim my connections to any kind of criminal organization, but I will answer any questions regarding that to the best of my ability. What
Any
did you do?
place where they might be selling a very unique and intricate looking instrument, a horn, in fact?
She looks at you, and she puts out she puts her thumbs together, and makes like the shape, the U shape, with her hands, and then she aligns it with your horn. You mean about yay size?
Wee size.
Yes, that'd be it.
I might have heard something about it. It might have been one of the things that I noticed about you when you first came to the town. Excuse me, city.
Well, aren't you quite perspective?
Perceptive, you mean? But
Yeah,
yes,
perceptive. I'm tired.
it's all right. I know satyrs' first languages aren't common. It's okay.
I'm going to, you know, what? Play nice.
She
Play
looks over at
nice.
Dusk, just like, what is it? Didn't you say he was a?
We tease him about it.
Oh,
Yes, surprisingly, even though it shouldn't be, I am not a satyr. But back to the matter at hand. Where have you heard about this specific horn that I'm searching for?
well, depends on who you speak to, but there is a group um, known for their mastery of the arts, including performance arts. They're generally out west. They have a collection of unique instruments and talented folk. A bardic college, if you could, if you would imagine. I could work a little bit on the side and seeing if I can get a connection, though you might be better off speaking to, I don't know, Benedict or Lucretia if she's ever out of timeout. They're more of a prestigious organization, if you catch my drift.
I see. Well, if I knew I had to speak with her, I would have done so to begin with, but she kind of unnerves me.
You talk to Big Ben.
That would probably be the the most likely option, considering the situation.
To be fair, in my line of work, I prefer talking to Ben over Lucretia. At least I know what he's about and what he's planning. Makes him predictable, if not still dangerous.
Honestly, after all that, I prefer to talk to him as well.
Good. Well, have fun with that. She kind of
I
gives
will at
you a
least try.
smile and a thumbs up.
Well, I'll leave you two to your merriment, so enjoy yourself. Thank you for the tip.
She'll wave and then continue drinking.
And he'll head on off.
I'll
And
question.
probably do.
Did you want to go speak to Ben now?
If I can.
You could absolutely speak to Benedict.
Sweet, where the heck is he? Oh, there
At
he
one,
is. Never mind, I found. It's kind of the pin kingpin design right there.
it's just a big giant, yeah.
Yeah, he's just a big giant guy with a tiny hat. All right, let's speak with Eggs Benedict.
You did not just call him ex Benedict.
That was the only thing on my. That was the only way I remembered his name.
That works.
Check Twitch chats.
Oh no.
What do you mean?
Now they.
Famous to get. Oh my god. Damn it.
He's got a chicken farm now, right?
If you mention eggs around him, he will crush you.
Fair.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
As you approach, you will see a contingent of his enforcers, the Gilded Chain, outside. They are sort of just kind of mulling about, just talking, shooting the shit. They see you approach, and one of them kind of looks at you. You have business?
While I don't have a proper scheduled meeting, I do have business to meet with this Benedict fella. If he's available, that is.
The Grandmaster is currently free. If you wish to speak to him,
I would.
just make sure you do not cause any trouble. And the other one whispers, "It's like what? Cleanup duty?" It's like it's fine. You'll be fine. Hey, answer. Go ahead. And you open the door.
Okay. I don't know what the hell that was about, but hope none of my concern. And he will head on in.
As you walk in, you will see kind of this grand chamber with this circular table where some of the council members would meet. Along the walls are just like rows, about 3 or 4 high, of books. And you see several of his Gilded Chain kind of pulling ledgers from the rows, as there are several of them on the table, and a couple of kind of robed scholars are kind of mulling through the ledgers, looking at basically the numbers as they kind of go. And it goes, according to here, this was the shipment that Lucretius sent. This was the sent to he's checking over. They're doing the investigation.
All right.
And he kind of looks over to one of them and he goes, okay, so that was a legitimate, put the book away, get me something else that might be, that looks sketchy. If it's clean, put it away. I don't have time for conjecture or what ifs. I need concrete evidence, and if there isn't, then we move on, and then she would get this investigation finished. And he turns around and he's like, yes. You must be Alex, correct?
Indeed. Though, probably didn't make a great first impression when we met, so I do want to apologize for that.
Oh, I remember a face, especially a tiefling's. So, what
Well,
business
I
do we
can
have?
tell we're gonna get along quite swell. As for why I'm here, I was hoping if you could answer a couple of questions of mine.
Feel free to go ahead.
I've
Everybody,
heard that.
on break, take 10, 15. We'll see you in a second. And you see as some of the others will put the books down and they start heading out. One of them is like, "Do you want us to grab you anything, sir?" And he goes, "No, I'll be fine." And he pulls up a chair on the council table. Obviously his chair because it's bigger than the others. And he sits down. And he's like, "Sit, sit." And he points at one of the chairs.
And he'll bounce slightly as he makes his way over and takes a seat.
So you have questions and I possibly have answers. So you have 10 minutes.
Alright, I'll be sure to make it quick. I heard that you possibly might have some connections or knowledge regarding a few bardic colleges. One pertaining with a collection of unique instrumental goods or experience with certain uh, what you said. What did you say? Like arcane knowledge?
It depends. The bars generally deal with the occult, but yes, arcane as well.
All right. I wanted to know if there were any unique goods collected recently or some traded off.
Unique goods, that's a very broad term. There's always unique goods. There's always all sorts of things. People claim that they found a loot that saved their grandmother from the undying death. There's another that said that they have a sword that sings, another that says that they have shoes that can dance for them, and there's all sorts of claims. What specifically are you looking for? 8 minutes.
How about a horn decorated in gold uh, trims and trinkets? Something that looks familiar, close to this perhaps, and as he points to his horn, uh, with the same like ivory color.
Are you saying it's your horn that was turned into some sort of an instrument?
It was, yes, it was made by a close compatriot of mine, and it's ended up getting lost into the hands of another, and I've been frantically searching for it to get it back.
Well, something of that sort is either in one of two places. One, the capital of Solheim, Jotunheim. There are a couple of colleges dedicated to artifacts. So there's a possibility that it could be there, but something of that sort seems like it would travel and do well further out west, over to Amryn. I would start with Uick, the capital. The elves there have several colleges dedicated to the arts. Drawing, music, dancing, singing. They value the preservation of history and culture, regardless if it's their own or others. Something like that might be interesting to them, especially if they don't know the full story. 5 minutes.
Interesting. Is there? Well, it seems like you could be the possible choice. Is there anything I should be concerned or worried about heading over there?
The tensions between the Brotherhood and the Council tend to sometimes erupt into skirmishes between the two factions. There are two types of elves. The one that want to be left alone and live in their forests, and the ones that want to preserve knowledge and teach. They tend to kind of value different things. One values their isolation and their independence, and the other wants the rest of the world to be enlightened. So,
Well,
just
they do seem to be both off on their own.
be careful if you go there. Don't get caught up in any kind of argument between the two.
I see. Well, it does seem like if it is there, and a possibility could be that it could be in the hands of the elves. Though, for the preservation of any knowledge and goods, where exactly in Uick should I be looking for?
Well, Uick itself is grand. The city is large with a lot of colleges. I would start with the Bardic Institute. There would be a few contacts there. If you would like, I could write a letter of recommendation and you can speak to someone there on behalf of Five Sails. We are due for some renewed contracts with the elves. Odessa has been a fantastic guest. And it's due to her and your people's gestures with the city that I offer and extend this 1 minute.
Then, yes, I would love a recommendation to the Bardic Institute, if you would.
Good, just be prepared to know that they will not let anyone enter unless they show some sort of talent. Hopefully somebody in your group has a knack for performance, or the performance arts.
That shouldn't be much of an issue.
Good. I'll have it sent to your manor.
Thank you.
As you say thank you, he looks down at the book that he's sitting in front of. He turns the page and he's like, and the people start coming back in. And he's like, start from there. I think that is something that I want to take a look at. And he just continues doing what he was doing before you entered.
Yeah, and with that, he takes it as a cue to leave as he heads on out. And he is surprisingly extremely punctual. Impressed. Interesting.
As you
And
walk
I-
out, the guards start laughing because they tried to scare you into thinking he's a lot scarier than he is.
It's not that bad.
Oh yeah, no, he's generally pretty good. But we weren't joking. There is a cleanup detail. The last person that made him upset, well, yeah, there wasn't much left of them. But it takes a lot to get him upset.
I'm
That's-
sure. I'm gonna make sure to keep Lena away from that guy. Oh, you mean it? Shh. Don't.
It's not about the breakfast, Lena. It's about the Mets.
The Mets. Yeah, let's go Mets. Come on, Mets.
Jesus Christ.
I just imagine that there's an arena theme of gladiators called the Mets. It's just a really big fan.
And they always lose.
No,
Oh no.
no, don't do that to the poor guy.
Listen,
Alright.
they have really good players. It's just
It's just.
That's
Yeah,
that's
come on,
the
defend
thing,
them. Come on.
I don't know baseball.
Yeah, me neither.
I
So.
didn't even know it was baseball.
Oh my god.
I keep thinking they're a basketball team.
Oh my god.
I don't even know sports, and I know they're baseball too.
Wait, baseball and basketball are two different sports? What?
Oh
I
my
do know
god.
that much. Listen,
I know sports ball. Yeah, you got to get that thing to that
Sports
thing and
ball?
then point. Yeah, touchdown, right?
Yeah, it was very
Football?
close in the first half when they sportsed harder than we sportsed, but we turned it around in the second sports and sportsed way harder until we had more points than they had points.
Oh
Cool,
man, they
we
really
had,
got me with that penalty.
we did pretty good because they scored a couple touchdowns in the first half, but we got a couple home runs and we scored a goal or two, and now we're up ahead, and we actually ended up pulling it at the end after the first lap. So we'll hopefully next time we'll get a good couple rounds in and get a knockout.
Yeah, hopefully they can
Dominoes
avoid
will
that gutter
fall.
ball.
The dominoes will fall like a house of cards. Yahtzee.
I just pissed off so many sports people just now.
Then we can go for that hole in one.
Just
you forgot
at the
to do
bar,
the math.
having a nosebleed for
No,
no
no.
reason.
We're on a TTRPG stream. This place is free of sports people.
Oh god.
Jessica's having a nosebleed for no apparent reason at the bar.
Yeah, so I'm good. Yeah, so anyone
Alright.
else?
I believe we're good to get prepped to just start heading out. Did you
Library,
guys
right?
We haven't.
you guys want to meet at the library?
I thought Maria and Lena still want to go look at some stuff, though. I don't know if there's anything I can find.
On the quest. If you want me to roll something for it, then...
We can give you more general information. That doesn't need to be like rolled for because that's just reading books. And if you're taking time to do that, that's totally easy to do.
I'd be looking for anything on the Dragon Soul fixing, but I don't think they have that, but I would look for it.
There are surprisingly a decent amount of books about that because there are a lot of books about dragons and the anatomy of dragons and how the dragon culture and all this stuff, and it's actually written by Wynn's grandfather.
Oh, never mind. I'll be borrowing some of those.
A lot of it is just exaggerated stories.
I'll still be borrowing those.
Cornelius is like, you're looking for Wynn's grandfather's books. They're in the fiction section.
They can be truthful. They're just embellished.
I mean,
Yes.
fiction is like embellished stories.
There's a line of truth in a lot of what he said, but he does write a lot of books. A lot of these seem to be stories that he might have told Wynn growing up, and he kind of turned them into books for other children. But there is a layer of truth hidden underneath the perceived embellishment. So it's a little useful. Someone who knows enough will be able to pick the truth out of the embellishments.
And I can see Lena still retelling the stories with the embellishments later.
Adorable.
All right. So you guys have the ability to gather together
Yes.
and decide.
Yes.
Oh yeah, what did we decide on?
I
Nothing
don't
yet.
think we did yet.
Oh, so what was the list of quests again?
It's in
They're in the... Yeah.
They're in our Discord, yes.
I'm okay.
There's 5 in. I think we had 6 quests. 6 options, I think.
Do you mind
there were
adding me
5.
real quick? Because I have no idea where to look.
there.
Well,
Thank you. I would have never found it.
I'm first on my screen.
Because you don't read.
Wait. My message is above yours, but the timestamp says 2201 and yours says 2200. This is amazing,
That
Discord. It's
means-
beautiful.
That means that, I won.
I don't know, maybe I
Faster
just
than
bent time.
She's the fastest thing
Well,
alive.
time is still... Yeah, that's because you see your own messages first, then.
See, so I did win. I'm just faster than time.
No, look at the time. I won.
Faster than time.
Anyways, Qwest.
Quest.
I'm kind of good with most things because the one I was most interested in is in Solheim, and I kind of think we shouldn't go there right now. Or maybe we absolutely should and investigate more.
I mean, there was no witnesses.
No witnesses.
Exactly. And nothing can go wrong at all. But that's the one, the Moonless Stone, where they found this pitch black rock that fucked up a flock of sheep. Like, that one has my vote, but anything goes, really.
Any other?
I personally was like kind of keen on the Third Eye Weeps quest.
That is another place, though. That is another place because that is also where my troop is heading. But I also thinking of the bells that chime no more.
Yeah, I like that one more as well. Because probably...
Oh, there's the Necromancy one.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful
Plus,
with that
we don't
one,
even know
'cause
what the rank of the Third Eye Weeps is.
mystery. But yeah, we do gotta be careful with the Bells of Cham no more because that one says healing magic fails within a mile of the old tower. So, good thing I made cheese.
Oh yeah. Healing magic may
Yeah.
But...
That medicine still works, I think, and the cheese still
Nope.
works, but
Even mundane medicine turns sour.
there's surgery.
Do I have... I have risky surgery. I can hurt heal you.
Definitely
It was
worth
re-
investigating because again, these are accounts of what people have brought forward. Whether or not they are embellished or true, it's hard to tell.
Yeah, because last time they said there was a dragon, it was actually a drake or wyvern, so we don't know if it's entirely true or if it's something else.
There was a dragon in the city.
That was you.
Yes.
And the dragon was the one in the mountains, which they thought was an ice dragon. That wasn't the case.
Yeah. Good thing it wasn't an ice dragon.
So we got, what, 2 people for the bell that chimes no more, 1 for the Third Eye Weeps. Anyone else?
Someone had a vote for the Veins of the Moonless Stone. I think that was...
Yeah, that was mine.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of going to Solheimer right now. I might produce witnesses for shit if I go there now.
Oh, frick.
This is true. They did do some nasty stuff, but yes.
And,
That's why I
and
say
Scary
we
has,
don't want to go there, or we really want to investigate. But it's a very 50-50.
yeah, and Scary has really good impulse control.
Yeah, if you wanted to go there, we would have to either go through Solheim or over the sea, which I know Lena will not be a fan of.
Oh no, wait, I have to be in Solheim.
I meant that for if we wanted to do the bell that chimes no more. That's in the Brotherhood.
We can go.
I guess we could, in order to directions, we could probably hit Magi, then maybe take a boat to, which would lead us to the Council of Amrun, and then make our way to the Brotherhoods.
Oh, I don't know if we can do both. Like, that might be time sensitive, and we don't know the difficulty of the Third Eye Weep, so...
Rain, can you swap to the map, please?
Yes. Well, the map is open for everybody, but I can activate it for you.
Yeah, I've been looking at the maps. trying to plant a tree. Because Magi is close. So if we're worried about time sensitivity, we can probably, if we're able to finish that quickly, well, we don't know the difficulties of it. If we do, we might be able to have time to make the next location, whichever is the closest.
I just mean that usually when we get these, we get one and the other ones get taken care of by other guild members, so...
You guys are what, probably at your manor discussing this?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Likely, yeah.
Red burritos.
You're gonna hear a knock at the door.
Dusk will answer.
You will see a familiar face.
Hmm?
Who is it?
Oh,
Hi,
Frank.
she's here. That was quick. Oh wait, it's been a
Andrea.
month. Never mind.
Andrea, and the familiar lord.
Dusk will
As
help them both separately.
this Lord Trust comes walking in and looks around, it's like, oh, this is actually real. And then he just gets, it's like, oh, foul fit. Oh, it's you. Oh. And then he kind of returns the hug and he goes, how are you all?
Ah,
We've heard your summons and we've decided that we wanted to come. We'll pay you a visit.
I'm glad to see the assassins haven't gotten to you.
nice to see that you're doing well.
Yes, my daughter sends her well wishes. We've left her in the care of a friend. And Andrea will nod and goes, it's good to see you. I've also heard your request, Lena, or Maria, in terms of potentially bringing some of my research and looking into the plague itself. I assume there will be somewhere where I'll be able to work. And set up my lab, yes?
Yes.
We have a lab. I just mostly use it for my own alchemy, but there's room.
Don't we have like a extra room left on the first floor?
It also works.
I mean, if we're going to be going away for a bit on a job, we can probably take over the alchemy space for as long as we're away and for when we
Yeah.
come back.
Yeah, we'll probably be gone for a very long while.
That
Just
depends
don't
on
mind the
job.
cheat roll.
She was like, okay, good. And she will kind of reach over to like the wagon. She'll pull out like a briefcase. And she just kind of like grabs it with an arm. And then she sets it in front of the door. It's just like, can you be a dear and bring that in for me, one of you? And I'm going to grab the other one.
Gary goes out and grabs the things.
Make me a strength check.
I was gonna.
With scarring, this is gonna be easy.
Athletics or strength?
You can do athletics. Make me an athletics roll.
Where are we?
These bags gonna be heavy as hell.
Give me a second.
Yeah, Sky picked it up, no problem.
Did you have a doubt?
Not even for a second.
You can hear Sky and Andrea kind of talking on their way down, and she's like, "Oh, you're looking good. I heard about everything. How are you? Are you okay?"
Kinda getting there.
It's tough, I know, but don't worry. You did everything you could. From what I've heard, you guys saved a lot of lives. You've dealt with a decent amount of things, so might be good back to get to normalcy. A good old-fashioned hunt. and might do you good as you kind of like set the thing down, and you just hear a loud thud as everyone's like, "What the hell?" It sounds like someone just dropped a boulder on the ground.
What did you pack in there?
She
Oh,
looks over at you and
much.
smiles, and she's like, "Yes, I did."
Okay.
All right.
That would offer help, but I genuinely don't think I'll be able to pick anything of that up.
Lord Trust kind of has his luggage, and he kind of is like, where do I go? And he has like a really small, like miniature luggage.
Do we have a guest room?
There is
I
a spare
can't
You
remember
know.
the layout.
I remember there being a spare room on my floor of the tower.
Oh
There was.
yeah.
Wasn't there one on the first floor either?
Someone's gonna need to tag me and remind me to download the module for the map, because it's a module.
Oh,
Didn't we like already have a map though?
Hey,
Yeah, but
download the
Modules and stuff.
module for the map.
it doesn't work without the module. It comes out as just a white screen, kind of like how you had when we were doing that fight. So,
Hmm.
because it has a lot of working parts, because you can build the actual map. I just keep forgetting to download it. But I will definitely re-download those modules. They're really cool. There's a spare room, or if not, one of the rooms that you're not using for the time being. So he kind of packs it up, and he kind of brings it in, and he hands you a letter, Dusk.
she will take it and probably sit down in the main room by the fire or near the fire and just carefully open it and read the contents of the letter.
It looks like it's in your handwriting.
How
What
the fuck?
frick?
It's like, greetings, Lord Trust. It seems that I have been nominated to be a provisional council member for 5 Sales, and as such, I have many responsibilities. And in many of these responsibilities, it falls upon me to take upon the mantle of the illustrious and most divine Lucretia Sinagra. So in doing so, I request your assistance and mentorship, as well as assistance when I'm away from town. What is requested is that there is a member of the Empire that sits in the provisional spot, mostly to make sure that a particular nobleman does not take that position. And while we're away, if you could, please report to Lucy. Listen to everything Lucy says. Please don't annoy Lucy, and make sure that you thank her for letting you stay in the city without any kind of issues. Also, did I mention Lucy is amazing? Signed, yours truly, Dusk.
Mm-hmm.
She will find the Lord and just say, "You realize I didn't write this, right?"
He looks and he goes, I know, she did. But they didn't know that.
True.
She looks over to Andrea and she goes, no, the border guards were just kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, it's business or whatnot.
Man, the border guards suck.
With how many people are probably passing over the borders, they probably just want to get the matter done with as quickly as possible.
I mean, they let you through the border without too many questions, and you happen to be a celebrity up north.
I was a tiger. And she shifts. She shifts to prove the
I
point.
was a tiger.
That
He
sounds
scratches
Nice
his
talk.
Oh my god. You remind
The
me
way
of my daughter how you said that. When she said
I like-
when
like-
I was a muscle.
Oh my
Then
god.
she'll shift into tiger form and just continue whatever conversation they have because of the mask she has.
He just kind of looks and he goes, oh. Oh, that's a neat trick. But yes, while you're away, I'll be sitting in and acting in as a assistant. Make sure that the things get done. I'll be working in partnership with both Benedict and Lucy. But of course, mostly anything will have to pass through you, so hopefully you'll be okay with me taking this position.
I trust you. I trust you more than the other fellow in the city who seemed rather upset he didn't get the position. He all but had a tantrum.
He looks over at Andriel, who's was still talking to Scary, and he gives him like the face, and she's like, "Fine. I figured she would trust you." And he's like, "Well, I'll do my best to make sure things are done, and I'll get settled in. It's good to see you all."
Also, if you see Lucy, you could tell her about the problem you had with certain attention from the Empire. She might have your back on that, as long as you're here for sure. Could give you some peace of mind.
That is a really good idea, actually. Andrew, and before you even finish saying your name, I'm already writing a note, sir.
Also, have you seen my new boots?
Oh, they're nice.
Scary looks
I
up at
know.
him and goes, "I made them!"
Scary made them.
Like the
They
craftsmanship.
fit perfect.
They actually
Oh,
do.
good.
The first pair of boots I've ever owned.
I just imagine still in tiger form, Dusk crouches down to look at them properly.
What
Just-
are those? Oh, sorry.
What are
and
those?
just inspects them because ooh, they're shiny and nice.
Right? I'm so happy. This is the
Andrew
second
will-
best thing Scari's ever made for me.
Andrew will look
What's
at
the
Scary and
first?
go,
The hammer.
Okay.
they seem to have some sort of an enchantment on there, do they?
Yeah. They make me a little faster, which is important because I'm kind of slow.
No, it's okay. Not everybody can learn at the same. Oh, you mean? Oh.
Oh, I learn
Yes.
quickly. I learn very quickly.
Wait, was that Andrea who said that?
I
She was
imagine it
trying-
was.
She was being sympathetic. She's like,
Alex
it's
is
okay.
just gonna hold his laugh. He's gonna hold back his laughter.
And she's like, oh, yeah, of course, yeah, no. Yeah, if that happens, not everybody could be quick and run and fast and all that. That's
Listen, it's not because I'm a happy-go-lucky kind of girl who's very happy and excited generally that I'm stupid.
You said happy twice.
She can be very happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
She also can't stay silent.
That
She walks over.
I will not refute.
She walks over and puts a hand on your shoulder and he goes, "It's all right. I'm just messing with you."
It's fine.
Brash dragons are not the brightest of the bunch.
I don't think any of us are particularly dull. I hope you're not waiting for some kind of follow-up because there's none coming.
Yeah,
I-
no, man.
I can be a bit dense, but that's because I'm a dwarf.
That is just because muscles. Very
That's what I
dense
meant.
muscles.
Yes, only that.
Yeah.
The Lord just starts laughing, and you see Andriel smile, and she's like, "Ah, good. He needed that." And she kind of grabs what he put his small bag on the table. He grabs it. She grabs it and takes it upstairs. As he starts walking around, taking note of the actual manner, it's like, "Oh, the craftsmanship is fine here." It's like, "Oh, you made this a tower. Wow." So you turned this into a living area, and he's just super impressed by everything. It's obviously
tell me?
not as cool as his manor, like in terms of like his manor is very opulent and had a lot of stuff, but he seems genuinely just impressed.
Well, this
Maybe
is
didn't
cool,
make it.
cool as mine, but
I mean, you fixed it up. This seems to have your own unique touch to it, so that's impressive.
Yeah, I haven't done masonry in a while, but it was fun.
I mostly helped
Well,
with the woodwork.
I mostly demolished the old stuff. It was fun.
well, since I
Usually I
am
get
okay.
usually I get fined when I destroy things.
Well, since I'm here, I did make sure I brought a decent amount of provisions, and he kind of like brings kind of like motions outside, and you see a couple of like lizard men in tuxedos start walking in,
Oh no!
Oh
what the
my
heck?
god.
What?
and they're like they just walk in with like a couple bags, one of which is gold, and he goes, "Here is a upfront fee for staying here," and he gives you a bag of 250 gold pieces
Hmm.
that
I
I will
won't
add
say
to your
regret.
stash.
I'm not
Yes,
complaining.
these are the lizard folk that were
Oh,
that you helped.
That we have. Oh, I wonder
Yes.
how the Harpy lady's doing.
He kind of like, remember when I said I left my daughter with a friend?
Yeah, that
Uh,
makes sense.
Yeah, make sure no one likes to get close to the harpy, and that's good for my daughter.
Absolutely.
The Harpy is very good at keeping people out.
she is a great protector.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Ah, we really fixed some things there. I'm genuinely impressed how well that worked out.
I mean, we fix
Right?
things.
We're good at fixing things, generally.
Yeah, but that one
I don't.
like that's not only fixed, I think that came out better than before, and that's a feat.
What about the village that was full of diseases?
Yeah, we fixed that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the first time.
Oh, and the Monarch, we definitely fixed that one. No more weird banditry. And
Yeah.
people getting abducted and losing their memories to join a cult.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you
We
guys
got a
have
pretty good track record. It's just,
you have a
the
decent.
last one was a little bit grey. We did our best.
Yeah, I just think we kind of overachieved on that one. That one came out great.
Yeah.
That's what we do it for.
To make things better than it previously was.
I believe I remember that being a wise sage's saying. Leave every place better than you entered. Better than when you entered. I'm pretty sure I remember him having a very, very fancy coat. Lots of embroidery on it.
Well, since you guys are be leaving very soon, did you guys have any idea on where you're going? Is there any way that I could help with that? Maybe write you a letter of entry, a
We
recommendation
have
of sorts?
one of two locations in mind. One in the Circle of Magi, the other one in Brotherhood, but we haven't really decided where exactly.
I will warn about going to the Circle of Magi. They tend to be time vampires, if you would. Everything takes way too long. They over-explain almost everything to the point where it's insufferable. But if you do go there, I mean, it is close.
I do feel like we might have An idea. If our issue is time, we can always tackle the Circle of Magi later.
I could probably outstalk them.
I'd rather not hear them spew constantly.
Oh, the things I say are nice. I think. I hope.
If the job part of the job states for the job in the Circle of Magi that magic flickers, and I would imagine they would probably ideally, would want that fixed fairly quickly if possible.
Probably.
Yes.
And rather than having shadows be stronger.
No,
If there's-
the issue in the Brotherhood involves the healing magic failing, and if folks are getting injured, then the pile of bodies could potentially pile up. So we could probably tackle that one also very soon to ensure everybody's safety.
We could pass to someone in the guild. Like, I could go tell Win that there's something bad going on there.
Which
Might
one?
be best.
The one in the Brotherhood.
The bell that chimes no more.
Oh, I really wanna
'Cause-
do that
and-
one.
I don't know if we want to travel it through a large distance of Solheim.
Well, you can
Yes,
take a boat.
Mhm.
But Lena doesn't
Really
like boats.
know what we're going to be dealing with in the Circle of Magi. It hasn't been ranked.
We also
We
don't
could
know
be
exactly
going over our
what's gonna
heads
happen
with
on
this
each
one.
quest. That's true. But we are often anyways.
Yeah.
We have to figure things out.
Honestly, I'm interested in anything that seems to do with shadows because I still kind of want to find more of those shadowy locations of power.
I'm hearing
Which sounds
tracks from
ominous,
Cor-
but I swear it's not a bad thing.
It's through
I-
course.
Yeah, it's coming through chords.
He kind of sits down, the Lord, and goes, "Well, I mean, you have allies that you can send. They can go on a hunt for you and maybe make sure that one is either dealt with or information is done. But you also have to take into account, what they excel at and what they're good at and what you guys are good at. So I believe you're more than well equipped to handle most of these requests without too much issue. Of course.
Brotherhood 1 mentions graves being disturbed, and that's something we are generally well equipped with to deal. Like, I mean, points at Scary.
Hi.
Exactly. So we could possibly tackle that one. If it's another undead issue, then it's best to deal with that one quickly.
Yeah. And if it's more shadowy stuff, then I can deal with it, so.
I mean, the guild is right close to the Circle of Magi. If anything happens, they can always ask for reinforcements, and they'll arrive much sooner than they would if they were asked for reinforcements in the Brotherhood.
I mean, I don't really know anything about the Brotherhood, maybe. I mean, there could be people from there helping. Besides, weren't your people going to the Circle of Magi?
Yes, they do plan to run a performance there.
Well then,
Oh,
I'd love to see them.
same. But I
Besides,
do have...
you see who wrote that one? She's called Prophetess. She's an oracle. She can see the future. I hope maybe if she's a real one. I mean, there's a lot of quirks, but I assume she is because she's in the Circle of Magi. And I mean, you have weird time things going on. I I sort of have weird time things going with Infinite Cheese and Broken Soul stuff. Magi definitely have a lot of knowledge. And uh she looks confused for a moment. She tries to recall who else got weird time things going on. She knows there's someone else, but she can't recall whom.
Technically, she pulls out Monarch. Technically, with this, still as the tiger.
Oh, Lord Drest goes forward and like inspects this. He's like, "Oh my goodness, the craftsmanship on that one. May I?" And he reaches for the sword.
Be careful with it, please.
Right, the sword. Sorry, fuzzy memory.
The sword gently floats into his hand, and he's actually able to touch it.
What the frick?
She tilts
He's
her
like-
head inquisitively at that happening.
And he's like, "Oh, Edger, look! The craftsmanship on this is very similar to one that I wanted to make. The handle, the hilt. Oh, feel the balance in the weight." As he hands it over to Andriel, and it slips through her hands. And she's like, Lord, I don't think I can grab it. And he goes, odd. Well, and he brings it back to you and hands it back to you.
She just have it float around her, just let it disappear.
Amazing. That is definitely imperial craftsmanship. The sword itself is, oh,
It was my
Yeah.
mother's.
oh. And he stops for a second before he looks down and goes, apologies. Sorry if I was a bit too excited. I know that must mean a lot to you.
It's fine, honestly. Actually interesting to me that you were able to hold it so easily.
It's strange.
My mother seems to be forgotten to time, and certain people seem to be able to hold it and not be affected by the blade. I mean, I can't. And if anybody tries to use the blade on me, it will not harm me. It's my mother's sword. But I don't remember her name, and I eventually hope to find a clue of what it might have been.
If it would help, I could reach to my contacts back at the capital up north and see if anyone might have any ledgers or records. Do you happen to have a time period, a frame, or an event that your mother was tied to? Something that we could help pinpoint?
Out of character, there was that when they were potentially going to send an army or like a legion down to attack, but it got stopped. Would that be something significant enough?
Yes. The Lost Legion?
Okay, then she will finally go back into dusk form and just mention there was the Lost Legion. We found where they were lost.
Oh. Interesting.
And it's where I got this from her before she was able to realize that we were worthy and passed on. I don't remember her name.
He'll pat you on the back and he goes, don't worry. I'll do what I can. And I'll be discreet as always. And then there's a from Andrew. I'll be more discreet than usual. And she's like, better.
I don't think my father would appreciate what I'm doing and what's happening and the position I now have. Especially if that whatever in that town with the subjugation stone is anything to go by.
Yeah. Imagine An entire nation of subs.
Oh my god.
Sorry, had
I
to-
turned my head slowly to squint at my microphone then.
You
No
wanna
shit.
try to rephrase that?
He's like, what, did I say something wrong? And Andriel's just like shaking her head.
Lena's just smiling.
Scary scratching her shaved head, part of her head, and just looks away.
I'm just gonna, you know what? Just ignore it. Pretend I didn't say anything.
Well
If we were
then,
able to find anything that would be amazing.
yes, I'll see what I can do. I will make sure that I get on that, and I will head to the city now and see if I can speak to Benedict and maybe catch Lucretia when she's available.
Oh, she'll be in her home.
Good. Well, best of luck, he says as he waves. You'll see as the butlers will hand him his coat, and he'll kind of put it on, and as they're getting onto the wagon, he'll like pick them up and he'll like put them in their seat, and then he'll sit and he's actually driving. They're just like there. They're not really even doing anything. So he's just paying them to be there.
Paying them to be decoration? Question
Oh
mark.
my god.
No, he's just giving them a job. They help him out with little things.
Fair.
We're gonna come back and it's gonna be like 3 secret exits to our house.
Could be useful though.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Andriel is going to take a seat and call Maria over.
What can I help you with?
What have you learned about this disease? I've been told that you've been doing a lot of research on this.
Oh, it's mostly death curse, which makes it harder to cure.
Okay. So it tends to negate healing magic?
Yes.
Anything else that you've noticed? Something strange about it? Does it affect people in other ways?
We have not yet found out how it spreads. If we can find a cause of that, we might be able to prevent or warn others so it doesn't spread as easily.
So no cause and means of, and she's taking notes. Were any of you exposed or show any symptoms?
I was?
Huh, interesting. Lena, what symptoms did you show?
Well, my geneticist abilities fell apart and started rusting on the spot and it completely drained me of energy, kind of started withering away in body and soul, and I was pretty much going to die. Completely. In minutes.
If you're okay with me saying, Lena, that was because she has died before.
Yeah, I got better though.
Yeah, it's because you
We're gonna
got
try to make sure
resurrected.
she doesn't do that.
Yeah, but it was because you got resurrected. What made you die?
Yeah, I kind of have a shadow inside that keeps me alive.
So does this actually work for you guys?
Yes.
Yep.
And also on stream.
Okay. Nice. I was testing things out.
I just now have the pop-ups for her token.
Cool.
But if I try and click and drag, seemingly in the area where her things are, it won't let me drag. Unless I click and drag from somewhere else on the screen. Like a death
No, this is
zone.
just a way for I can have if I have multiple participants and whatnot. So
Hmm.
cool. I was just testing something out. Cool. If I were to do,
By the way,
It'll be useful.
is Scotty's dad still here?
he has left. Cool. I can actually have when it's people's. Yes.
Oh,
There's
cool.
apparently
Let's do
Sorry.
stories.
one is the
So-
Breakfast Club.
Well,
Yeah.
we need a different image for that.
We could use one of the.
We have two to
Like-
choose from, I was about to say.
Yeah. I'd say the newest one.
Well, you guys have access to change the image on the Breakfast Club, so you're welcome to. But yeah, cool, awesome. This is cool. I was messing with it while we were talking.
Dope.
So she will spend some time with Maria before you guys decide to head out.
I'll give her
so
access
you
to the
guys-
samples that I took, by the way.
Go ahead and make me a medicine check to see how well the things you guys discuss come across, and she's able to kind of parse through your notes.
Can I add something to that in some way or another?
You want to do an aid check because you are helping with the antidote? Because I know RT, you said Maria was.
What?
Yeah,
Was what?
You mentioned that you were working with Lena at some point with the antidote.
Yeah, I was gonna. She's the alchemist.
Okay.
Yeah, can I aid with crafting for that?
Yes.
Hell yeah. Okay, basic action. What? Huh?
Just
Oh,
roll.
God
Just
damn it.
roll the. Yeah, just roll your normal.
Okay. All just
Just roll
for
it.
crafting.
Yeah, it's DC 15.
Well,
Wow.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah. Between the two of you, there's enough notes for her to get started. She's going to mention that there is, the traditional medicines here. What she has in terms of dealing with plagues and things of sorts. She will mention that if you happen to go on a quest, you may want to also look into seeing if you can recruit some people to come to Five Sails to help with this research. Generally, you want to kind of get a broad spectrum of knowledge from different areas.
No, like
So-
Cornelius.
Yeah, Cornelius would be a good one.
maybe when we go to the Circle of Magi, we can find some people that are interested or have relevant knowledge there.
You could. It's somewhere. The Circle of Magi definitely would have some inclination on alternate forms of healing, although they do not specialize in divine.
I just generally assume that mages are nerds and at least got some knowledge somewhere.
Could be a good one as
That-
well.
That seems fair.
You also have out west with the Council and the Brotherhood and the vast knowledge of the elves. That's also another option. And I am well aware that the dwarves would probably be bringing in some of their knowledge, especially seeing that they've been dealing firsthand with the actual plague itself and being one of the ones that are most affected, at least in recent times. Thankfully, Barrett seems to be very supportive from what we've been reading. The Derek Thundrum family has shifted their priorities and have become more of a outward supporter of the alliance and working together with the families, in particular the Goldmark family. So She sort of says that out loud. She's like, it's interesting, even though their relationship seems to have taken a dramatic turn. With the annulment of a union between the two families, they've never been closer together.
Huh.
Funny how things work out like that.
I know, right?
Well, I'm sure these kind of politics are boring to you, Scary. I mean, it's not anything that has to do with you.
Mm-hmm.
So I did some digging, and I've never really heard of the Tuskbreaker clan, so quite interesting.
And there's only really one of those.
Huh. Good to know. So, players, out of character, it seems that we have decided to go east to the Circle of Magi.
We're actually
Well,
two
actually,
two
we're
in the
kind of
vote.
tied, so
Oh no, Artsy
Core,
has
you're
just.
gonna have to be the tiebreaker, honestly.
I think Archie
Yeah,
wanted to go west.
Yes, two
Yes,
two.
Tail Tinted.
Yeah, Core's the only one that hasn't voted.
I wanted to go for the undead thingy.
Which one is? Where's that one?
I think
Wait, which one was that?
Oh, that was the Brotherhood.
I think
so.
so.
I guess that's 3.
Yeah, so we have 2 for the bell that chimes. No, 3 for the bell that chimes no more.
Which is
Or
majority.
unless there was
That's the one I would have voted for. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Frax and I
2
see
for the Third Eye Weeps.
Yes.
But you can send Win in their group there because it's close by, I believe. Lena, like you said, that it'd be easy for them to get support. And Alex's people will be there, so they will have some extra help. So
Mm-hmm.
they can
That sounds
definitely
good.
do some research and kind of get that squared away. So if you do come back and it's still going, you'll have a lot more information to deal with that problem.
Sounds good.
Andrea will kind of look up and goes, surprisingly, I actually agree with this move. Magic not working in the Circle of Magi is one thing. An annoyance, possibly. People losing their vision, that's unfortunate. But losing healing magic and potentially people dying, that seems to be a far noble pursuit. Though any of them would have had their benefits.
And plus, you mentioned the whole death curse not being effective with healing magic. Perhaps this could also be a lead to something. Maybe if we find a solution to cure this, we can find a solution to cure the disease that ails.
Hopefully.
Good.
It does say it's tented on a place, so maybe it's one of the locations
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
looking for.
Perhaps the death curse is also lingering in the Brotherhood.
I would see if you could reach out and find any kind of doctor or someone that does research on medicine while out there and see if you could recruit them as well. The
Well,
perspective of someone who heals using nature would be very interesting, and then maybe a different set of eyes as compared to my more traditional means of researching.
I think I might have a lead on that.
In the Brotherhood?
Yes.
Huh.
I will need to wait for a certain delivery before we start heading out, but we can prepare departure and set us ourselves a ship for travel.
You might be best if you get a ship from here down to the old dwarven territories and going to Mistkeep, the capital, and taking a boat from there.
All right.
It might also be a good way of talking to some of the dwarves on the way out east, in case anyone is homesick, she says out loud.
I
Glances the sky.
Home's really about the people.
I feel home then.
And it's a nice home. She smiles. Well, if you need me, I'll be in my new lab, getting everything set up. And she kind of takes a mask out, puts it on, and starts reaching through her pack and pulling out several vials. And she goes into the room, and the room closes. The door closes, sorry.
Interesting. I'm not gonna
Definitely.
ask.
So we should get to the harbor.
Does my
Yes.
letter arrive?
DM me again what the letter was. I don't remember what specific.
Letter of recommendation. that
Oh,
I
the letter of
would-
recommendation, Benedict. Yes. Yeah, that will arrive. That will have arrived, actually. Sorry, that should have been in your mailbox.
All right. Then he will take that and pocket it. I'm ready whenever you are.
I believe I have everything I need.
I won't get more ready.
Yep.
We're going to be traveling cross sea for a while, so
How long is a while?
Do you want me to make a pair of dragon floaties?
Maybe.
maybe.
Funny
I
thing.
can hear that whimper.
Actually funny.
You can go south. You can take a boat on the river south, go along the eastern coast, dock at Mistkeep, and get a bigger boat, one that's more capable of going further, and taking a boat to any one of the towns here on the coast of the Brotherhood, if you would like, or anywhere in particular. But they're going to be heading along the east coast, and they're going to be doing a pass south, making their way up into this little area here, and then stopping at Uwick. So they're just going to basically be following the coastline and going all the way, making several stops at each of the cities and doing some supply runs and trading runs.
Sounds
Do we
good.
know roughly where the village of Dimming Hollow is in the Brotherhood?
You actually don't. You're gonna have to ask because it's not somewhere. I don't think any of you have lived in the Brotherhood or have any experience with the elves. If it was, if you guys,
Does Win know?
oh
That's
yeah, you can actually.
Hmm.
I just imagine us walking up to random people like, have you heard of the High Elves?
Actually, I also have elf ancestry, if that helps.
Could, but you're not specifically from there.
Nah.
I'm playing way too much Oblivion.
That's so great. I love that game. All right, anyway. Yeah, you can actually. I mean, you're going to be meeting up with Wind and let them know about the Circle of Magi because I think that's the one that you want them to investigate.
Yeah. Yes, please.
Cool. All right, so the guys are gonna be making your way to Five Sails. Again, take a quick ride from your manor back to Five Sails to get a boat and meet up with the guild. You will see as Snorkel is on the street with his claymore. He's tossing up an apple, and then he's swinging at it as it's falling down, trying to cut it in midair.
Yes, it is.
Oh, sorry.
He misses comically the first time, and then he kind of looks around and goes, "Oh, yeah. Have you guys decided where to go?"
Yes.
Yes.
We're going to be taking the bell that chimes no more hunt. And we're gonna ask you and your team if you might be able to look at the job with the title "The Third Eye That Weeps in the Circle of Magi."
Just as an FYI, the hunt name is for you guys.
Oh,
So, but yeah,
Didn't realize
in lore, someone's not like naming the quests.
okay. I
More
didn't
for you
know that
guys,
bit.
easier to know. Sorry.
The guild just has a dedicated quest posting writer who like makes it fancier and adds a title and all.
I mean, we could. Did you guys want that to be a thing? It's up to you guys.
No, I'm just bullshitting.
It's
Nah.
about.
Funny, their
it's-
sole task is just to decorate the quests.
I could
Yeah.
I could see them giving a title to the quest after it's complete.
Actually,
I
yeah,
can
for
see
the
that,
record.
yeah.
You know, it's
I
probably
like that
a
idea.
creative person like a Fae. It's Magdana.
Yeah.
So you
I
can
can- I can-
basically go.
Madonna's canonically writing the quest.
No, she makes it pretty.
Then Dusk would have said that we are planning on taking the quest, the hunt in the Brotherhood, and that we were hoping that him and his team would be able to look at the quest, at the hunt in the Night Circle
Shrine of the
Magi.
Broken Wake.
Yes, Shrine of the Broken Wake.
As you say that, you see as Victor and Wynn kind of come out of the guild hall, and they're like, "Oh, good. So you've decided."
Yes.
Like, yeah, we should be able to handle that, he says. Actually, hold on. I've been playing with shit. Let me actually get this up and running. But he says, yeah, we should be able to play around with that and do that mission and hopefully not end up failing miserably. He says, like, looking over towards Wynn, who's like, yeah, Victor sometimes doesn't like mages.
Hmm.
Perfect.
He's
You
like,
can
they,
tell them to shut up.
they speak a lot and they, well, here we go. It's like, they speak a lot and they, well, they're not pads at the Victopedia. They tend to actually a lot of the things that I put in there, so
That is annoying.
as Bryn goes, yeah, but they usually have a point.
That's even more annoying. But also
Yeah,
kind of good.
I know, right?
It's easy when you can just go shut up, nuts.
I mean, you can still do that even if they're right.
Yeah, but that doesn't feel good because you kind of want to update your book.
Snorkel turns to Victor and goes, shut up, nerd. And Victor goes, no, we're supposed to tell them that. And then he turns around to you guys and goes, shut up, nerds. He goes, no, not
No.
them. Them as in the Magi. And he's like, oh, okay.
Lena just finger guns and goes, you wish.
You should never shut up.
As Wynn goes, well, anything we can help you with before you head out?
Yes, actually. Do you know much about the Brotherhood?
I've
High elves.
I've heard of the high.
Dusk, if Lena says that out, does Lena say that out loud?
No.
Okay.
I feel like she was about to get punched.
She's gonna get a dagger, like Dusk would have glared daggers at her briefly.
Yeah, we actually I lived there for some time growing up before my grandfather moved out east. But yes, I'm familiar and I've traveled there. In fact, some of us have done some quests out there in the past.
Okay. Would you happen to know where the Dimming Hollow, the village of Dimming Hollow might be?
Oh, yes. She kind of points out the village of the Dimming Hollow is actually going to be, and she'll pull out a map, and she's like, it's going to be between the twins, and she'll like point on the map over here.
Oh, it's all the way on the other side.
Like in this, she's like, oh, sorry, it's gonna be in between the twins. It's actually a small city, like little village. It's not even on the maps for trade.
Mhm.
But
They don't look like
it's
twins.
it's the Twin Rivers. Fine, it's even further up. The twins. Thank you.
Yeah.
No.
They look. Yeah, that looks like twins.
The twins. She's like, yes, if you go to Hul and you speak to them, you might want to get off at the port there. It's a pretty large city. They tend to do a lot of trading. It's one of the major stops before they head back over to more of the inland routes. But yeah, it's near the twins. They're one of the routes that connects the western part of the Brotherhood with the capital. That's usually the major stop when they go upriver, and then they take a road to Masseldock, which is the capital. So yeah,
It's along that. Okay.
it's near the city. It's like one of the quote unquote suburbs or something. It's outside of that city.
Okay, outside of the port city.
Yes. So you want to get off at that city, and then from there it's a bit north. But if you want exact directions, you can always quickly ask there. But that's going to be very close, within a day's travel from there, probably less than a day. So.
I am very glad we asked.
Oh, you would have had to travel across the. If you got off on this side, you would have to travel across land and most likely stop at the capital. But yeah, now you can take a boat longer because Lena loves that.
Yay!
Hey!
I still think it's funny that the dwarf has less issues than other party members with the ship.
You see his window. Just be careful because there is something known as the weeping child that seems to like come out.
Shh, I don't want to know.
If the boat starts floating towards a floating white figure in the water, you probably want to go inside.
Oh, why is it always
I feel
weird
like we ran into
sea
something
ghosts
similar to that.
and water
No,
ghosts
see, that was
drown
the
you?
weeping mother. The weeping
Oh.
mother is different. The weeping child, that one is rumored to be a child that drowned upon the establishment of one of the. She starts going into like talking about the lore of the breaking down the urban legend.
Are there
It just
other
makes it
weeping
worse.
families we should know about?
No, well maybe the weeping father,
Oh my!
and the weeping uncle, and the aunt.
And the weeping cousin twice removed.
preserve me.
So-
the one
They
that's the
all
most annoying.
drowned.
The weeping
most
cousin
annoying
twice
one-
removed was killed by Victor. We actually took care of that one.
Ah,
Thank
Nice.
you.
What were you saying, Core?
The worst one is the weeping grandma. We're not talking about her.
No, Victor
when she
stops.
grabs
her
you by the
story.
cheek, she won't let go.
He puts his hand on your shoulder, Scar. He goes, "No, it's the weeping stepmother.
Oh, frick.
That one is terrifying."
You're in.
I'm going to be weeping on the boat.
Snorkel goes, "The weeping dragon. That might be cool."
You're just trying to get her to drown.
Yeah, but no.
Yeah, we're gonna make sure that doesn't become a thing.
Please.
So,
I've had my fill with 2 times.
we will end today's session with you guys essentially getting a boat off Five Sails, sailing over to the capital. We will be next session landing at Biskeep, saying hello to the dwarves, and then going a boat ride all the way across to the Brotherhood. And hopefully, nothing bad happens on your boat ride over.
Or, for Lena's sake, we could walked away and stop at Ewick.
That's going to
What?
take
Walked away?
Walk this way?
years. You want to walk
No.
to Europe? That's going to take years.
No. No. The boat is fine. I'm not gonna enjoy it, but it's way faster and it's good for the quest. I'll live.
You could go right through the kingdom
Until
of
the
you.
weeping child takes you.
Shh,
Be
no.
careful of that.
Maria, please.
Weeping child.
Yeah, I mean,
And
I
you don't
thought
want to
you-
deal with the
you
weeping
went-
triplets.
you
I'm
went-
gonna stay in my cabin.
It's like the twins from that one movie. God damn, I forgot about the name.
Red rum.
No.
Oh no.
Can't it be mermaids? At least they're pretty.
You're
But
most
they also
likely
will
gonna
drown
get
you.
sirens.
Yeah, they will drown you faster than you can say, cheese.
Ah,
Yeah.
come on, they do.
I mean, the moment you hear them sing, you're screwed.
Is there anything at sea that would try to drown me?
Dolphins. Wait, no, dolphins are assholes.
Yeah,
Ah,
dolphins are actual assholes.
I set up a
I mean,
by the way.
the actual sharks won't drown you.
no, they'll just eat me.
Alright, well, we're ready to raid. So,
Raid was a message.
Have you heard of
sea
the
raid?
Isles?
Have you heard of the
High elf raid?
No, just have you heard of the High Elves?
Cliff racer raid. Cliff racer fly so hot. That's
Well,
Oh,
someone write
no.
something. I don't care what it's gonna be.
weeping child raid.
Oh.
Whipping Lenoid.
We had a weeping dragon raid.
weeping dragon raid?
Yeah,
Please,
no, I
let's not
agree.
foreshadow
Oh
that.
god.
That's actually the name of our next episode. Weeping
The
dragon.
weeping dragon.
Okay. Are you guys ready? Say goodbye.
Yeah. Yeah, bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. And we read it.
It is
That's gonna be
storming as
the-
hell outside.
That's gonna be the name of the tavern you first see. It's the weeping dragon.
Weeping Dragon
Weeping
Raid.
dragon. How did you get that tavern name? Well, that's a funny story. You familiar with the Weeping Child?
Nah.
We had a dragon.
At this point, I kind of want Art of like
Hello,
Lena
welcome
up on a
everybody.
mast like a cat in a
How
tree.
was your stream?
That's the
Lena,
actual.
we're on land. You can climb down the mast.
No.
Shout out for APH Nerdcast.
What do you mean, no?
I don't wanna.
Welcome in Raiders.
Don't make me get the spray bottle.
We've
Honestly, you can just lure her down with cheese.
No. Be
Hey,
nice. Be nice
sexy.
to metallic dragon.
So I have been moving a few items from the stash into my inventory, like the fillet leaf, or the soothing scents that we have from places, just to try and calm Lena down at times.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I saw a
She needs
bar.
floaties.
And I'm also going to bring the third water breathing potion as well.
I would be prepared.
I think we
should have
have one.
bought that.
We have
freaking
three.
It's the
cloak.
gate leading into some or drink. It's
You never know, you might get attacked by, monsters, or maybe
rather
a set
go
of
somewhere else,
pirates
thank
that
you
were
very
created
much.
at some point in the past. that just never-
You look.
I
good
really should have
today.
bought that cloak. I could have
Hello,
got like
everybody.
swimming and
Wait,
water
the
breathing.
Cloak of
God
Wallowing?
dang it.
Ow.
No, what? Shut up! Don't bring that up here.
Today we're playing a game. This is
Yeah,
That
does
was
Pathfinder have
funny.
something like that too?
by a Romanian
I swear
Yes.
to God,
This is a
better
pretty
not bring
tiny
that here.
cemetery.
about Romanian.
By the way, I
And
don't
I'm
know if
talking
you,
about the electric eel skin. Thank you
I
very
don't
much.
know if you're gonna pick up on it, but all of the non-named stores, the franchise stores, are being bought up by a gnome.
Absolutely love the art.
Oh God dang it!
Beautiful.
Of course it's gonna be bought up by a
No,
gnome.
that's so
And
cute,
I
though.
bet the
Little
product
niches
is gonna
for
be
smaller
worse
creatures of
for
rock
it.
goose to hang out
It's
in.
gonna be smaller.
I'm so glad.
It's gonna be expensive and it's gonna be terrible.
It's going to be marked the hell up in price, probably.
No, all the weapons.
Exactly, gnomes freaking
Take my
suck.
advice.
Yeah, those are always cutting
Keep
corners.
away from vamps.
All the weapon sizes are going to be small, so you have to actually spend money to make them bigger.
And large.
Oh,
like, this
God.
is the-
And it's gonna come with ads, so you won't be able to do damage
Hi,
until you wait for 30
can I go
seconds or
in?
pay for an ad blocker.
Only vampires and streak.
It-
You
it
walk
has-
into the.
Wait,
Just
why does this Claymore have a coin slit?
Oh
Seems
shit!
to be a pretty hip and happening bar.
Make a fireworks store and call it No Man's Sky.
No, No Man's Sky at least got better. Gnomes are
Gnomes
incapable
and
of that.
Sky.
There's no
Yeah, yeah.
Weird.
The proprietor's actually named
Yours sound
Anne.
like weird.
It's No Man's Sky.
Gnome and Sky.
They're all empty.
Man, that's an insult
They're
to
all. I
that
wonder
game.
what
How
types of
dare you.
shows take place on that stage there.
At least they're capable of getting better and growing.
This place definitely looks fancy enough to have brandy.
Oh, well, that was fun. Now we actually get
Yeah.
to get into
Yeah.
more adventuring now that everything is settled in and you guys have an idea. And I know where all the moving
Nice.
pieces are going.
Did not see that kind of revelation coming with Win, but
What are you
love it.
trying to sell
Yeah,
me,
that's
huh?
freaking wow.
I think it's the Strigoi.
Well, we spoke, and I'm like, we had that idea, and I'm like, I have another idea, and I'm gonna surprise him with it.
yeah, yeah, that was cool.
And it kind of makes sense
Shopping district.
because if it's
Shop.
so, your mom is still alive, and you're a certain
Yeah, there's
age, so
another
that
hole in
means
the wall for
before
drinking
your
and eating.
father and your
Popular
current mother
activities in
were
Rock
around,
Goose.
which would have been around the
Yeah.
time of her grandfather's age, he would have been adventuring, and that's when that stuff happened.
Yeah, yeah, it fits perfectly.
Feel free to
So I was
browse
like,
around.
yeah. Plus, he's an
Many
elf, so he
most
could last longer, so he
exclusive
could be further
fabrics
past.
here.
So
Okay, why is that game Rodna is playing giving me so massive flashbacks?
Do you make all the clothes yourself?
Absolutely.
It kind of
yes.
reminds
And
me
I
of
take
fucking
great
Rick and
pride
Morty
in
for
it.
some reason.
Oh, you know
Clothes
what
are
it reminds me
Bronze's
of?
business. They're everywhere.
God
Making things happen
Rain
the
helped me
old
out. The
school
old
way.
point and
Pretty
click
respectable.
click adventure broken
Well,
sword.
yeah.
Only the
Thanks.
No, broken
Do
sword.
come back.
The Templar one.
Oh,
You know that one?
some new threads.
Okay.
I keep
no.
accidentally
At least not by that name.
Baphomet's Curse?
I walked a lot of steps to get here. We're really
no, I don't
high
know that
up.
one,
This
actually.
place is
Oh my God.
huge.
That I wasn't huge into point and click, so
Yeah, I mean
Hi
that's
there.
what I expected.
Are
No,
you
it's
the,
basically
owner?
I can see why you
point
would
and clicks were
see
hugely
this, but
popular in
no,
Germany
he's just
always
my
and still are.
domineering helper.
I'm gonna
Viserion,
put an image in
I
open
own
chat.
the place. Looking for a book?
It's my cue to leave. Thank you for your session, Ray.
Just wanted to look around a bit.
My pleasure.
That is
Always
fine.
good to have you.
If you have a certain book in mind, let my assistant here know.
Bye,
Yeah, but-
I'll
bye
look it up for you.
everyone.
Other than that,
Wait, it
carry
actually
on.
goes
Largest
remaster?
power, books you like, universes, etc.
Broken
You know the
Sword.
slogans.
Like, I've heard of Broken Sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a
Is it
really,
rude
really
if I
old
ask what
point-and-click
you
adventure.
Not at all. See,
Oh,
And if you look at the
I
in-game
am a
screenshot, then
Maluka.
you know
I
why
guess it
the
would vaguely
game
translate to
Alice playing
illusion, but
reminds
I
me of
assure you,
that. Because
I'm as real as you. Or
It's very similar.
hand-drawn backgrounds
And do
and
you all
like
miss a limb like that?
The color
rotoscope
palette.
animated characters,
It's just
right?
more proof that I,
Yeah.
indeed, am not an illusion.
It's just the art
Elizabeth
style,
Knopf.
Sorry for being
which
nosy.
is not done
Natural
anymore, which is
inclination
kind of
in
sad.
humans.
That's it for now. See you.
I think
Be
is
well.
no, it's a very similar character, but it could be. Near mage.
I think the last like big point-and-click adventure was the Deponia series. I think.
Yeah,
I
those
did-
were fairly popular.
I did
Yeah,
play those. Those were fun.
So, yeah, they're from Daedalic. You know what game they made as well?
What?
The two Dark Eye point-and-click adventures.
The
Hey!
Bingo!
Happiness as far as the eye can see.
Yep. Had to.
Oh,
That leads
that's
over.
quite.
Those are actually
No
really good.
gatekeeper or
Like,
chimera in sight. I wonder
also,
where
did
the
you know
brutal part of
Blackguards
town
is a
ends
Dark
and
Eye
my,
game?
reality
Are we still
starts.
streaming?
No,
It
no.
shouldn't be.